the director of the International Buddhist Study College, to deliver the opening speech of our MCU talk today.
Respected to most venerable and Ajahn Jökun and all of you who being here. It is an auspicious time for you all to have a time to listen to those who are my best to do something. Because today we invite those who try to do something. And of course, it's not just for get more money, but at the same time, they are so happy all the time when they are trying to work, study, and so on. Of course, 4 or 5 persons who come here to tell you all, to tell all of you how to be happy, how to study more effectively, especially Dr. Natchara Khun Khao. Think you all know his name is Khun Khao. ไม่ใช่ขุนเขา There is Khun Khao. And the guy who are motorcycle, who drive motorcycle, but at the same time, he moved his status from the man who drive motorcycle to be English teacher. Why? They try to change their life like that. It is the theme that we would like to tell you. Designing your life, build a life you love. All of you who being here, you own have to decide your life. For what? Of course, there are too many different proposals. I don't know. What is the thing you would like to be? But now, today, we invite somebody to share their experiences. What is the thing you would like to be? But the thing you would like to be would be able to give you true happiness. That is very important. So, it's the time to bring you all to explore and learn their experiences. I do hope that you all who being here will be happy and get more experiences and apply to use in your life. Thank you very much.
The first program of our talk today will be from Most Venerable Professor Dr. Pratpama Bandit, the President of ICDV and IABU. Although he can't be with us today in person, but we are privileged to have the video presentation of his talk. He will be talking about a life designed by the Buddha. Please enjoy.
when it's time for you to design your life, it means that you have a future to realize what you want to be, what you want to do. So from the Buddhist perspective, life comes to the world not with emptiness. We have our qualities in the mind in the terms of karma that has been accumulated. It means you have potentialities in your mind. That potentiality may be called cetasika, mental factors. Whatever mental factors like mindfulness, even wholesome qualities or punya or merit that you have accumulated in your mind, it lays down as potentialities to be developed. To live a full life means first you have to develop your qualities in your mind. Potentiality have to be actualized. So whatever waiting for you in the future, maybe somehow you look inside your mind, inside your life, what potentialities, what kind of potentiality that you have, and you want to actualize them. That is similar to the life of Prince Siddhartha. When he was born as a baby, as a child, his life is full of two kinds of potentialities. He was capable of being a king, a good king or an emperor, or to be a Buddha. Either way, he has potentialities. Prince Siddhartha has potentialities. And to be ready to be the emperor, he has been sent for education, training, and that was formal education at his lifetime. So he was ready to be king, to be emperor, after he had been trained and accumulated experience. Once he was groomed to be the king, and as a young man, he met with the signs of impermanence of life, the aged people, the sick people, and the dead people. So it dawned in his mind that meaning of life is not just to live a life for himself, but to live a life for others. To conquer the world is mean the world in his mind. To liberate himself from suffering and help other people. So he turned to the other potentialities of his life to become a Buddha. And because of this intention, he renounced the world and practiced meditation till he attained enlightenment. Once he became the Buddha, he didn't stop there. He went out to preach Dhamma to the world. So from his life mission, I would say that to design his life, the Buddha has had vision of his life, what to be. When he was a prince, he had a vision of being a Buddha. That is a picture of his future life. Vision is there. Then he took action to become a Buddha. He renounced the world. He practiced the Dhamma, and he tried in many methods till he succeeded in attaining enlightenment. So that is action. Action according to vision, that is implementation of the dream, of the vision of being a Buddha. So first he had a vision, and then took action to practice the Dhamma. And after he realized or attained enlightenment, he had a mission. Mission of his life is to go out to spread the Dhamma that he discovered in enlightenment. His mission was to go out to liberate people from suffering. So to design his life, it took 3 steps. Vision, that is picture of the future, what to be a Buddha, that is vision. And then action, not just a dream, it is like an action plan, how to become a Buddha. So he followed his plan step by step, then till he attained enlightenment. And life that didn't stop there. After he attained enlightenment, he has to share his experience of enlightenment with the world to liberate people from suffering. That is his mission. So these 3 terms, vision, action, and mission, is a 3 steps of designing your life. What is life? Life is similar to empty page of a book. That page is empty, it's your life. What to write down to be the meaning of your life is your action. If you have intention, good intention, cetana, to help other people, first you have to think of developing yourself. Action. Vision is the total picture of your life. And then to realize that goal, you need to develop yourself first. That is to take action. The way that the Buddha went out as prince to practice Dhamma and to develop himself before he went out to help the world. So first, you have to develop yourself. If you want to be maybe the leader of the Sangha, it doesn't mean that you can become the leader immediately. What the quality, what the capacity, ability of the Sangha leader, you have to develop in yourself. We call atta hita sambat. That is the readiness or qualities of your own. Without qualities of your own, you cannot achieve or succeed in the mission for the other people. So first thing first, if you want to help other people, first think about education. Get good education, that is to develop qualities of your life. Whatever direction or measure that you want to learn, it depends on your vision, what you want to become in the future. If you want to become a good preacher, what subject conducive to become a good preacher of the Dhamma? So you select that measure and study it. Once you accomplish your study, it means you have gained the first qualities of your life. That is attahita sambat. You have capacity, you have knowledge, you will be able to go on for your mission. For your mission, that is to write the meaning of your life. It's not just first step, that is attahita sambat, the quality of your own, that is enough. Once you have ability, you have capacity, plan to do something with them. Don't keep it with you. The same thing that the Buddha planned to do after enlightenment. His enlightenment is an accomplishment of his own qualities. What are the qualities of the Buddha? The qualities of the Buddha consists of panya, wisdom, visuddhi, purity of mind, and karuna, compassion. These 3 qualities developed in the Buddha mind become his own qualities for his own accomplishment. Once he had these 3 qualities, it means He is ready to go for his mission to serve the world. So you yourself have to develop yourself with the three qualities: wisdom by means of education, meditation practice, or whatever, to have ability to discern the world, to have knowledge and wisdom. That is panya. And then purity of mind. It means you need to purify your mind so that you can be happy with good intention. When you go out to help other people, if you fail, purity of mind will protect you. If the others are not grateful to you, you still have a purity of mind. Maintain calm and happiness. That is purity. Visuddhi. What about compassion, karuna? Without compassion, that is mercy or ability to discern suffering of other people, you will not have motivation to serve the world. The Buddha, when he has these three qualities, he gives service to the world in three categories. We call Buddhata Jariya. Action or practice of the Buddha for to serve other people as the Buddha. There are three kinds of service that the Buddha gives to the world. Number one is Yatattha Jariya. The Buddha gives service to his relatives. So in this sense, it means you give service your own relative and to countrymen. Which country you are from, go back to serve them. That is Yatattha Jariya, service to your relatives. Number two is Buddhata Jariya, give service to the Buddhists. As a Buddhist monk, as a Buddhist scholars, you go to give service to the Buddhist world, to do for the improvement or development of Buddhist religion or Buddhism, and to go back to teach in your Buddhist universities or even propagated the Dhamma to the Buddhists around the world. That is the second service that the Buddha has done to the world. That is Buddhata Jariya. And the third one is Lokata Jariya. The Buddha gives service to the whole world. No discrimination. No discrimination whether they are Buddhist, non-Buddhist, or from what race or country they are. No discrimination. The Buddha provides service, help them to liberate them from suffering. So with the open mind, the Buddha preached the Dhamma to Buddhists and non-Buddhists alike, and he is kind enough with compassion. He do the same thing to everyone. So you have to keep in your mind from the Buddha service to the world, that is Buddha Jariya. You can have service, follow the Buddha footprint. You can have service to your relatives and countrymen. You can have service, you perform service to the Buddhist world and give service to the whole world, irrespective of religion, creed, race, or countries. So you become monk or men or women of the whole world. So with this mission in your mind, first you have to check yourself. If you want to do the three kinds of service to give meaning to your life, that is to write down in the blank sheet, blank page, that you have done service to many people. After you have done many service to other people, that is the meaning of your life. To be able to perform good action to serve other people, focus first to develop yourself. That is by means of education, training, to have qualities of your life. Summarized in three categories: wisdom, panya, purity, visuddhi, and compassion, or that is karuna. Once you have these three categories, these three kinds of qualities of your own, then it means you have developed your potentiality and ready to go out to, according to your mission, that is to serve your relatives, serve the Buddhist world, and serve the whole world for world peace, to protect environment, whatever you like to do. There are many directions of your mission. Wherever many place, many direction, then where to choose? It depends on your potentiality plus qualities that you have developed in your own. That is your knowledge or wisdom. In what direction that your knowledge and experience will make your mission easier. If you have trained in Dhamma preaching, in philosophy, in Buddhism, maybe you go to deliver speech to teach in the university or even to be the Buddhist leader. If you are trained in, say, foreign language, why not go out, go abroad and spread the Buddha message to the whole world or work in international community, something like that. So to realize your goal, that is a vision of your life, you have to do what I call SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is to analyze your life before you design your life, where to go, what to do. You have to analyze your life in 4 areas. They call SWOT analysis. Come from 4 words. SWOT. S stand for strength. W stand for weakness. O stand for opportunities. And T stand from threats. So first you look into your mind or analyze your life. What kind of abilities, potentiality that you have developed? You are good at what thing? That is your strength. First, you analyze yourself. That is qualities of your life. If you discover that you have ability in this field or that field, then check weakness, W. What area is the weak point? So that you can do 2 things. Avoid the weak point, not to choose something to do that is in the area that you have weakness. That is one thing. Another thing is, if you really want to do it, or in spite of your weakness, so get rid of your weakness. Strengthen yourself by study more, learn more, train more, so that you will be good at the thing that you used to be weak. It used to be your weak point. So no more weakness. Then it means you can go further to realize your goal, to achieve your visionary goal. That is strength, your readiness. Weakness, you try to patch up, to try eradicate it, and then look into opportunities. What opportunities support you to achieve your goal? If you go to the goal, then any support you can gain, the situation in the world, your masters, your donor or whatever, if they are ready to support you, then go ahead. Don't stop, because opportunities are there. So don't miss the opportunities. This is the 3rd one. And the 4th one, if you have hindrance, threat that can hinder your achievement, so think about it. If you just go ahead and try to achieve the goal, and maybe it's quite difficult to overcome your obstacles, your threat, maybe wait for some time till the threat or obstacle disappear, or maybe it's weaker. In that occasion, you can go ahead with your plan. So 4 kinds of analysis of situation of your life you have to do before you make a decision what to do, what to decide of your life. First is about your strength. The second about your weakness. And then opportunity that support you. And threat that will be hindrance, that is your obstacle that you have to maybe stop for a while or go to other way to achieve your goal. So these are the, I think the key terms for designing your life. SWOT analysis according to in the framework of your vision, action, and mission. Action come from your vision, and mission in three areas. That is to serve your relatives or countrymen, to serve the Buddhist world, and to serve the whole world. Whatever area you are, once you decide to do that, you have to develop yourself, that is attahita sambat, that is quality of your own. And once you have attahita sambat, quality of your own, you develop mission, go to the mission, that is parahita patibat, practice for the benefits of the other people, practice for the benefits of for other people, follow the Buddha's guideline of three jariya, three practice, as I told you. Now come to my own experience. I have vision of myself when I was young. That is, as a student, I vision myself as a monk or a novice who accomplished Pali 9, the highest grade of Pali study. So that was my aim of Pali traditional study. As for MCU, I joined MCU. I vision myself to be a doctor in philosophy. Why I choose this? Because my strength is in Pali traditional study Buddhism. So philosophy would be related to Buddhist philosophy. Once I go to further my study abroad in Delhi University, instead of choosing Buddhist philosophy or Buddhism alone, I think that I choose expand my experience to develop my quality of life by comparing Buddhist philosophy with Western philosophy. I choose existentialism, not analytical philosophy in Europe. I choose existentialism because it is similar to Buddhism, comparative study of two schools of philosophy. In the East, that is Buddhist philosophy. In the West, that is existentialism. I choose Chongponsat and who compare the concept of non-ego anatta with the concept that inside philosophy with the concept of anatta, egolessness or non-ego in Buddhism. So this means I develop my knowledge of Buddhism, that is my strength, to further my understanding of Western philosophy, to expand the scope of my knowledge, that is my readiness to come, to do the mission, benefit for the other. You can imagine, once you accomplish your education, doctorate degree and Pali 9, where to work? Nowhere but university. I choose to work at Buddhist University in Thailand, and only one for our Nikaya, our school, that is MCU, Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University. That is the place where I work. And I see at the beginning that MCU may be just a local or temple college. I have to help develop them to be national university so that I can serve my countrymen through MCU. So as the executive, I work hard for the development of the status, legal status of university to become a national university, for the government to pass the law, enact the law, MCU law, to become a national state university. And then after that, I serve my countrymen, the Buddhist world, what to do. I form International Council for the Day of Vesak, become a platform for working with international community, the Buddhist world. Through ICDV, I can serve the Buddhist world, and then to work along with the Buddhist religious leaders, the Buddhist leaders and political leaders in this platform. So that right now, ICDV, International Council for the Day of Vesak, has been granted special consultative status by United Nations Economic and Social Council. See, once I can reach the UN Economic and Social Council, it means I can work for the benefit of the whole world. I attend international conference on SDG, Sustainable development goals even at Vatican, so that I can work with the religious leaders of the world and even UN body for the benefit not only for the Buddhist world but for the whole world. So it starts from MCU to ICDV and then UN United Nations. So I decide not only what I want to be, I take action to develop my institution, my universities, and to develop the platform to perform my action. Sometimes we are good actor, but without platform, without stage. No one invite us to perform on the stage because stage is full with other actors. What to do? I remind you of my experience. Don't waste your time in waiting for someone to invite you to on stage, because maybe the stage is full of other actors. It's better to construct a new stage to create the platform for yourself so that you can perform in that platform on that stage. That is the way I develop MCU to become international Buddhist university. I create and develop ICDV so that it become a stage from where I can perform action for the benefit of my countrymen, for the benefit of Buddhist world, and for the benefit of the whole world. That is my vision, action, and mission that I would like to share with you.
Thank you everyone for your kind attention to our video presentation of Most Venerable Professor Dr. Prapama Bandit. For next, let's all welcome Venerable Associate Professor Dr. Hansada Mahaso, the Director of the International Buddhist Study College, who will be talking about designing your life. Please.
Good afternoon, everybody. We just listened to our former rector, Most Venerable Professor Dr. Prapama Bandit, to try best to develop our university for 25 years ago. Last year, he make a decision to resign from our university. 3 words I listened to from Most Venerable for 25 years. Vision, mission, and what? Yes. That is very important for his life. Vision without action, your dream impossible. Action without mission, your dream impossible. True. As his student, I used to be his student for 25 years ago when I was studying bachelor degree in philosophy. Every time when I listen to Most Venerable, I'm very happy. My dream, one of my dream, I would like to be like a Most Venerable rector. At that time, he's not rector, just rector for academic affairs. So 25 years ago, I tried best to follow his footprint and try to do whatever Most Venerable would like me to do. For example, Language Institute, Peace Study, and the last one, International Buddhist Study College as a director. That is his vision. He would like to set up International Buddhist Study College, but that is not my vision. That is his vision, but not my vision. As students, we have to try best to make the dream of our master, let the dreams come true. But what about my vision? What about my mission? I would like to talk to you a little bit about it. Please show on the screen. That is my dream. That is my vision. So far, I'm academician. I try best to study from our university, MA from Thammasat University, and come back to study PhD from our university. I'm the first one who finished doctor from Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya. So far, when you know somebody who finished PhD, all of them have to go to study at India, like a former rector, like a rector, present rector as well. 95%, they all will go to study PhD from India. But I'm the first one who finished from our university, finished PhD. But what about my dream? I will tell you something about it. That is from mindfulness master to peace engineer. There are too many my students who being here. There are 2 students, peace study student, mindfulness master student who being here. I will share with you all as well about this matter. That is, former rector talk about life was decided by Siddhartha. Siddhartha tried best to decide his life, what he would like to be. As we all know, he have everything. But one thing he never have is true happiness. He got everything, but one thing he never get it is true happiness. That is the time to bring him to go to practice meditation in forest. It is, he got everything. Beautiful wife, a lot of money, a lot of dignity. It is the man, because the name Siddhartha, Siddha can get everything he wants. Artha, that is a benefit. But he never get true happiness. That is a question. That is a question he asked himself many times. When he wake up in the morning, what is true happiness? So there's the time he tries to go out from royal palace. That is the time to give an answer. That is his answer. That is his vision, his mission. It does not belong to mission of Suttotana or his wife. That is his vision. We all as well. You all stay in Vietnam, Myanmar, Korea, Japan, and so on. But what is the real reason that bring you all to be here to study Buddhist study at our university? Try to give an answer. That is the thing Siddhartha would like to do. He go out from royal palace, try best to practice meditation. Yes, if no more time to try best to practice, how can he achieve enlightenment? When we talk about Kama Sukhalikanu Yoga and Atta Kilamatanu Yoga, that is extreme. It's extreme. But if Siddhartha never do like that, how can he find the middle way of life? If you don't go to that way, how can you understand what is the real middle way? That is one man who tried best to approve everything by himself. No, just some people can tell you what happened. But those never give you the true answer. You have to give an answer by yourself. That is the thing you have to do. Then, after that, when he achieved enlightenment, let's not stop doing everything. His dream is that one day I have to go somewhere to dedicate my life to harvest peace, to help many people who suffer your lives as well. When you're strong enough, there are too many people, they are poor and not strong anymore. How can you go to that place to give them a hand? That is the thing that the Buddha tried to do. When he achieved enlightenment, go everywhere. Just walk, walk, walk. Every time his life, try to do for other people. In the morning, in the afternoon, his life, try to do something other people. What about you? That is, you have to give an answer. Most Venerable Buddha Dasa as well. Most Venerable Buddha Dasa, see, when he's a novice, when he was a novice, he stayed in Bangkok. In Wat Pathum Kongkha, that is Buddha Dasa. Would you please show the picture? I will talk to you. It is, at that time, he stayed at Wat Pathum Kongkha. But what is the question? He asked himself many times, if I still be here in Bangkok, it seemed to be difficult to understand the real Buddha teaching. Buddha teaching comes from the nature. So I have to go to Suan Mok, the south of Thailand, to give an answer, to understand the real Buddha teaching. Dhamma is the nature. If you would like to understand the nature, you choose to go to study from the nature. That is the thing Buddha Dasa would like to do. Another monk. This one, most venerable or Payutto, that is Somdet Puttako Sajan at this moment. He worked at Mahachula for 7 years. He worked at Mahachula for 7 years. But one day, he come to know that most venerable Buddha Dasa went to south of Thailand. That is the time to think about his life. If he still stay in MCU, if he still work at MCU, I think we all no have a chance to read Buddha Dhamma. If today he's still at MCU, you have a chance to read this book. He resigned from his work. 7 years he worked at MCU. Then he go out from MCU, go to forest and try best to practice and read through Tripitaka. Then we got Buddha Dhamma. It is his dream. What about my dream? What about the dream? I try to make it come true because I learned Pariyatti. So far, you know that one is Pariyatti. From Pariyatti to Patipatti. See, it is my character in the past. That is my character. So aggressive. My teacher from Thammasat University, he told me that you are so aggressive. A monk? Yes, I'm a monk, but you're so aggressive. Because, see, every time that picture, so aggressive. I'm academician. I'm just learn Buddha teaching. No time to go somewhere to practice meditation. I just remember what is the Buddha taught. And remember, then bring to taught other people, to teach other people. I never stand the real Buddha teaching. I never bring the real Buddha teaching from mind body to teach many people. I accompany all of you being here as my student who study at IBSC as well. We just remember Buddha teaching and go back to your country and keep whatever you learn here to teach them, bring from Tripitaka. Oh dear, nightmare. We never understand the real Buddha teaching. So from Pariyati to Patipati, I learned from this. This is research. It is a research. The way that is effectiveness of mindfulness. When you try to practice, everything increasing all the time, self-confidence, good health. At this moment, my health is not good anymore. Before, I try best to practice meditation, but this one decrease all the time. Emotion, pressure, take advantage. This is aggressive. See, my teacher told me like that. That is the thing. I got myself into the problem. But when we learn from research, meditation can help your health. It make you happy. That is the thing. I make a decision to practice meditation. If I still be here, of course, there are too many students come to talk to me. Please, my lecturer, who would you please to be my advisor? Would you please tell me? I think I have to leave from our university to go somewhere. I try best to find out my teacher or my master for 2 months. Then I met my master, Siadoji Patanta Virojana in Myanmar. Then we go to practice meditation. Before doing meditation, I'm got disease. I'm unhappy. My health is not good anymore. If I try to do like this, I can assure myself. Of course, one day I have to pass away easily. Leave from my job and go to Myanmar. Practice meditation. That's the way I do. This gastro, my body. It's like a fire burn my body all the time. I cannot sleep more effectively. You can't sleep like this. You have to. I'm so suffer. I finish. Doctor from here, Rapama Pandit sent me to study in Oxford. I'm so proud of myself. Come back to set up language institute, everything whatever my teacher would like to do. But one thing I get reward from doing, get reward from working is that is disease. Diabetes as well. I will tell you. It is the thing I'm so suffer because of this. I have to put all the time, everywhere I go. I have to bring it, go along with me. By plane, every time many people ask me what happened. What about this? No, don't, you cannot take it. Take out. You cannot take it. That is my life. That is my life. The second disease will be diabetes. I am diabetes. Try best to work and dedicate my life to the Buddha, to our university, but I got reward. But yes, I'm diabetes. Fortunately. That's why I ask myself all the time. I ask myself all the time. Is the time for you? Is medicine? Is medicine? Dimecron MR, Janumet, that is the two kinds of medicine I have to take every time. Everywhere I go at that time. See, I would like you to see this way. This one, medicine. Medicine. When I practice meditation, my master asked me, what's that? A lot of medicine. Yeah, I'm so suffer. That's why I come here. I have to put here as well. When I practice meditation, no medicine. No medicine. Just me have a lot of medicine. That is the reward. After that, see, it's my room. My room, a lot of medicine. When I try to practice, it's very pain. fires burn my body all the time. What's wrong with that? I come to the wrong way now. I try to tell myself the medicine as well. Everywhere is medicine. I start doing meditation. I talk to Buddha statue. I talk to Buddha images. Not Ultraman Buddha, not Ultraman. No, not Ultraman. There is a Buddha statue. I pray and talk to Buddha statue. Now, it's time to dedicate my life to you. If I know have great perfection, I know have parami, of course I can die every time. But now my bodies belong to you. When I try to talk to the Buddha like that, I start doing meditation, wake up 3 a.m. And once again, all the time it might be 20 hours a day. Try best to practice meditation. Because I dedicate my life to the Buddha already. That is the thing we try to do. When after that we practice meditation again and again, I just come to learn that the Buddha lies in your mind body. What is the reason why the Buddha have to leave from his home to go to forest to practice meditation on the top of the mountain? We can find true happiness occur inside our mind body. I come to understand that the Buddha said that when you see the Dhamma, you will see the Buddha. So far, we never understand at all about this message. But when we practice again and again, we come to know that the Buddha lies in your mind body. And he waiting for you all the time. Please, my son, my daughter, I'm waiting for you here. Come to meet me. I'm still waiting for you all the time. That is the thing I learned from that. See, in the past, we are so happy. I'm so happy now. When I learn from this, when I'm so happy from doing meditation, see, so far we never know the real meaning of the Buddha. The Buddha, the meaning is wisdom, awakening, and rejoice. But one day we know that is a lotus. That is a lotus awakening. In the morning, awakening, because awakening and mindfulness are the same one. When we start like this, from sati to santi, that is, I come back again to work at our university. So far, I'm so unhappy. There are too many questions. But now I'm so happy. Every time I work, I brought my student to practice with me. We practice together. As the son and the daughter of the Buddha. See, from Vietnam, from Myanmar, from Japan. That girl is Japan. They all come here not just Paria. Many times they ask me, Ajahn, would you please bring us to Patibat, to practice meditation? That's why remind me to bring you all to practice meditation again and again. It's my student, peace study student. It's the new one, not the old one, the new one. They are so happy. You can see their eye. When I first saw them all who come to meet me at our university, I observed that their face unhappy. But now they are so happy. Monk and lay, they practice again and again. Not just beautiful. Like her. I think her is not beautiful anymore. But see her eye, her face, they are happy. They practice. I brought my mother. The Buddha reminds us many times. If you would like to give back to your father and mother, please bring them all to practice meditation. I brought her to go to Myanmar. And every month, she practiced meditation at our village as well. It took more time, 2 months, 3 months to practice meditation. Bring young generation like that. There are 7 or 8 novice who become a novice and who study at our university. I brought them all to work to practice like this. Bring them all come to practice like this. That is our life. We are happy. We try to follow footprint of the Buddha. That is the thing we try to do at this moment. Because all the time when you try best to follow footprint of the Buddha, the thing you will get is true happiness. No money, no more food, but you are happy. All true happiness. Bring that one to be mindful school. Some students here who work with us, mindful, we bring this one to school. Bring them all. See, one thing I would like to tell you. So far, you just really want to get knowledge. You never know more about mindfulness. ความรู้ and ตัวรู้ We just want knowledge all the time. But you know, this one, the Buddha, you all would like you all to practice to get mindfulness. That is very important one. That is thing we learn from this. We bring from Ministry of Education, bring this one to Ministry of Education. We train our lecturer at the primary school and secondary school. Bring them all to learn at Ministry of Education. See, we train our young generation, train our lecturer. This is our lecturer, training them all to be mindful teacher. They are so happy. They are so happy. Mindfulness, that is foundation of everything. Mindfulness is creator. Mindfulness creates concentration and wisdom. Everything from your life start from mindfulness. That is very important. I would like to tell you. We train our lecturer. It's time to go somewhere. It's from sati to santi. From mindfulness to peace. We go to Vietnam. My student over there. We go to Vietnam together to help many people in there, not just in Thailand. We organize World Mindfulness Forum, Mindfulness and Concentration to part of peace next 21 of this month. See, we try to do. Today, in the afternoon, most venerable will come here to bring you all to practice meditation. That one, I would like to tell you, this from my experiences. From my experiences, from my life, once again, mindfulness is foundation of everything. Without mindfulness, without peace, and I would like to bring you all to try best to see the real Buddha by practice mindfulness every time and everywhere. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Venerable, for your fruitful talk today. So for our next session, our special speakers, let's welcome the first speaker, Mr. Khun Khao Suson K. John Butt, and followed by Khun Det Chat Puangket. For these two sessions, may I pass the microphone to our moderator, Assistant Professor Dr. Sanu Mahathanadun, the Vice Director for Foreign Affairs of IBSC and the Permanent Lecturer of IBSC. Please welcome.
Yes. Okay. Check the mic. So, good afternoon, most venerables, and most venerable Associate Professor Dr. Paramahansa Thamaso, and all of the distinguished participants, and including all of the students, both from IBSE in our levels in Buddhist studies and the peace studies. We also have the peace studies in Thai program joining us today too. So, well, thank you for inviting me. My name is Assistant Professor Dr. Sandu Mahatanadun, and for our session, it would be a talk. So the talk will be under the Designing Your Life, Build a Life You Love. And as everyone witnesses, at this earlier talk, we've been listening so far the Dhamma preachings given by the most venerable Professor Dr. Prama Bandit, the former rector of MCU, and also Rebel Paramahansa Thamaso. So they inspired us firstly. Then we can take some of the teachings as a framework to go on or to continue our talk, such as Venerable Prama Bandit. He given some of the very important framework. It's three factors in order to learning or in order to design your own life, namely vision, mission, and action. And then Ajahn Hansa also gave very interesting exercise or interesting case studies that mostly about the Dhamma Osot or Dhamma Osata, the Buddhist medicine. So, well, in our talk, we also invited a new generation. I would say that he's a new generation of brain development psychologist. And this is the other way to explore Buddhism through the like a new generation, and we will surely have some. We can discuss and share our opinions on the same topics. That is the how to decide our own life. So he graduated. Actually, I would say that he have many backgrounded and the credits, and the following credits will be some of his. He graduated from the Faculty of Philosophy at Australian National University with a full-time scholarship. He is a famous writer and speaker of brain and life development in Thailand. And of course, he is the author of the 10 bestseller books, such as Self-Study to Key Suffering. So in Thai, รู้มากไปทำไม รู้ใจก่อนดีกว่า. And then Billionaire's Brain, how to build a better brain or กรรมตามสมอง and the brain wonders, the mind answers. Also, he composed Scratch Your Brain with ขุนเขา and อุตุ and the 8 demons. Very interesting. I like this one. Utu and the 8 demons. So what is Utu and what are the 8 demons? We're going to figure out next. And then he also composed the Golden Brain, and etc. and so on. And he received Winnie Awards from Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn in the One Gao, this literacy contest project for 2 years in a row, from 2014 to 2015. He's a columnist for Secret Magazine, Key to Success column. And he is a speaker on the Bangkok Bright Side radio station, FM MET 107. And he is the owner of the YouTube channel. Actually, he's a YouTuber. Under the YouTube channel, ขุนเขา has an answer. I'm sure that everyone's following his YouTube channel. And he have the audiences with over 10 million times views. So our guests, I would like everyone to give a big applause to our invited guest, ขุนเขา สินธุเสน เขจรบุตร. So may I call you Mr. Kun Kao? Is that okay?
Definitely.
Okay. So firstly, I would like to thank you to accept our invitation to join this talk.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. The honor is mine. Thank you very much.
I personally followed you and I realized how popular you are. So we are really grateful for you today.
I am grateful to be here
Okay,
as well.
so actually, this session decided to be like question and answer, and I supposed to interview you. I prepare with the a set of questions which I supposed to ask you. Okay, so first of all, your name attract me a lot. Kun Kao, Kun Kao. So can be translated in English as mountain or a great mountain or highest mountain, whatever. So I probably ask you the first question: why you were named at Kun Kao? Is there any like implementation on this?
Very good question. Who came up with this question? Did you came up with this question?
Actually, not
Did you
from
come-
mine.
Very
some
smart.
important person would like to know.
Very smart. First of all, the honor is mine to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. I am very grateful to be in a room full of people who are not only have good hearts but also definitely have good brains as well. So first of all, when I listen to my own profile, like whenever someone read the profile, just now, like you listen to like, oh, he did this, he did that. One thing which is I always had to tell myself is keep your ego down. You know, when someone read your profile, oh, you did that, you did this. In the end, I'm just dust. From dust to dust, I'll go to dust. As we all said, this is gonna be very a bit rude, but I'm gonna censor the word. I'm not gonna say it. So you are the, you know, in English, you're the, it means you're good. You understand that? Okay, that's good. Someone understands it at least. Okay, it means you're good. You know, you're the man, but you're also a piece of, you know, you're both at the same time. You know, you might be a big deal, you might do this, you might do that. At the end of the day, we're all gonna die. So when I listen to that,
yeah.
I'm like, I have to always keep keep myself keep myself humbled by the fact that coming to answer the question perfectly. That's what my name means. My mother actually is a true name, by the way. It's not a pen name. Most people thought it was a pen name. No, it's my. If I show you my ID card, it actually says Kun Kao K John Bud. So it's my. So it's very weird. It's like someone in English named Mr. Mountain. It's like, what the hell is that?
Well,
Miss-
you do have middle name, right? As
Mr.
well.
Mountain. I do have middle name. I use it
Kao
because
is
I want to
interesting.
keep my mother's name, my mother's last name. Because on my mother's side, they don't have a lot of sons, but that's
Okay.
the story for another
Okay,
day.
right.
Right. So Kun Kao. It actually, my mother, very smart. She wanted me to be both peaceful and powerful. And that's what I always said. It's actually on my. Can someone grab the bag for me? The bag. I'll grab it. I'll grab it. Oh, Peanut. Okay, I'll grab it. ขอบคุณครับ Peanut. Peanut, I know him. Please listen to him. He's gonna come up. The last speaker, right? Very good person.
That's it.
Very smart.
You have many followers.
So this is not to commercial. I'm not bringing this to sell. Okay.
Okay, not for
I'm
commerce
giving it
still,
to my mentor, Pajan War. He's upstairs.
ขอบคุณครับ Oh,
So
this
ขอบคุณครับ
is
ผม
better.
I'm just
Okay.
showing you that on the back it says
Now you have table.
peaceful and powerful. Oh, let me do this properly. So as you can see, that's my face, and then peaceful, powerful, right? Again,
I see.
this is not to sell. I'm not selling this. It looks like I'm selling it. No, this is I'm giving to my mentor, right? But I'm showing this to you because my life motto, my life philosophy, is this: is peaceful and powerful.
So this is your own motto.
This is my
Peaceful,
own
to be
motto.
peaceful and to be powerful.
Yep.
Yeah.
At the end of every video, I would say, be peaceful, be powerful. Or in Thai is ขอให้มีชีวิตที่สุขสงบและทรงพลัง right so mountain why because a mountain is both peaceful and powerful when you look at a mountain you have that feeling of peace you look at let's say you look at the Everest even though it is the biggest tallest mountain in the world right you look at it you're like whoa that is so peaceful but also powerful right when you look at a mountain the mountain is peaceful because it's the source of water it gives life because water flow from the mountain it can block the sun if you stand behind it so it can be a refuge to lives to many lives but also mountain is powerful when you look at a mountain you know that it's not going to move we all know that saying you cannot move a mountain so my mother wanted me always to both be gentle and strong so that is why I think in life, just to summarize the first question, I think it's super important that you be both peaceful and powerful. For example, I think we are all pretty good at peace because we're in the Buddhist university. We know how to be peaceful, right? Prajaan Hansa talked about meditation just now. Let's be peaceful. But what is powerful? Powerful means that, okay, for example, if someone is gonna harm you, or if someone is gonna harm your loved ones, someone's gonna burn this university, you can be like, yes, please do it. I'm so peaceful now. Please do everything you want. Please kill me, kill my loved ones, burn the university. I don't care. I'm so at peace. I don't think that's the way to go. I think you also have to protect what you love, what you cherish, or if you, of course, many half the room are monks, so you also have to protect the Buddhist the teaching of the Buddha. You also have to sometimes someone might say really bad things about the Buddha, and you can let that go, or you can be powerful as well, but powerful in a peaceful way. You can be like, okay, let me share with you something, and then you teach that person a lesson. You don't let that go because you're not just peaceful, also powerful. So that's what I always say to people. If you have only these two things in life, everything will be okay. Because peaceful is let go, but powerful is let's go. Okay? Peaceful is like you let go. You're like, okay, let go. That's all right. Someone say bad things to me. I think I'm gonna let this one go. Okay, let go. That's okay. But sometimes if they say really bad things about you that makes people misunderstand you, you might be like, okay, I can't let that go. Let's go. I'm gonna fix this. Okay? So there's a path of peace, path of power. I call it in Thai ไม่ปล่อยก็เปลี่ยน so let go is you ปล่อย let's go is you เปลี่ยน but if you stay in the middle and you're like I'm not gonna let go but I'm not gonna also say let's go no peace no power that's suffering that's เปื่อย which is in the middle ไม่เปลี่ยน
Right.
ไม่ปล่อยเปื่อย
Wow.
First question,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a long answer right
Uh-huh,
there. I
uh-huh.
told you we need more time, but okay.
Well, yes, thank
Good
you very
question.
much. But I think that we did make a good start on this very important question. It's a derived, the original of your Kun Khao. So it represents two things, right? The peaceful and the powerful. It's make me think about the yin yang side. We have the black and white with inside the circle. On the left, we may have the peaceful, and on the right side, we have the powerful.
Just to tell you my signature
Uh-huh.
is a yin yang sign.
Oh, really?
I can't show you.
I never
'cause,
know that.
It's a yin yang sign. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh man, I wish I can show you. I can't.
Uh-huh.
Never mind.
Is really?
Okay.
I would
It
love
is
to
a
see.
yin-yang sign.
Maybe
It
later,
is.
maybe
It
after
is.
the stage, you can show me your own signature, right? Okay. I mean, come on. How come a man have that own signature? It's like a yin yang.
Oh, I have to do it. I have to do it. Sorry. Okay. Let me show because this
Okay,
is
you
gonna
may
be
make
here.
a
Here's
draw.
okay.
Yes, of course. And then I will show
This
you.
is fun.
Make
All
sure
right.
it's big enough. Okay.
Okay. It will be very big.
Wow, so
Right.
cool.
That's my
This one.
signature. There's a
It's
yin
more
yang,
like
if you can see.
like an S in the shape of yin yang.
Is
right?
KS Kun Khao, which is my English name, but there's a yin yang sign right there on the bottom. On
I
the
see.
bottom is the yin yang
see.
sign.
Wow, cool. Yeah, so I'm sure that we have a lot of topics to, a lot of questions, a lot of interesting questions to make it because, well, from the names of your bestseller books, there are many titles which come with the concept of Buddhism. So I would like to ask you, amongst the 10, bestseller books of yours, which one is your, most like one?
Oh, this question I can answer very
And why?
shortly.
And why?
Go
I
buy
like
them. I'm just kidding. I'm not. If I tell you which book of mine is my favorite, it's very easy. It's Uttu, Aswin Uttu, right? And
Oh, the one that I like?
yes,
Oh, okay,
yes, it's
okay,
that
go
one.
on, go on.
And because it's I'm not gonna tell you like anything about it because it's gonna spoil.
Just a little, yeah. Maybe they
there's a
can,
twist in there.
they can buy more.
You know,
Uh-huh.
but basically, it's Dhamma, fictional Dhamma. Let's just use that word. It's like Harry Potter, but Dhamma. So I will just tell you that. So that's my answer
your
because
favorite, right?
then we can explore other questions.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but Uttu is, I'm very proud of that book. I'm very proud. It got many awards, but again, awards is just something that if you attach to it, then your ego will just be like, oh, my book got an award and all that. No, I'm just telling you that because just to let you know that if you read it, you're gonna get something out of it. I'm very proud to present it. Yeah.
So may I ask more about the Uttu? Because in Buddhism we have the Pali name Uttu, which represent the temperature, and we also have the Uttu Niyama or the Uttu Charupa. So may I ask, the Uttu that include in your name, in your book's name, is the same as Uttu as in Buddhism we cognize?
Actually, in this book, Uttu, there are so many symbols. I put so many symbols in there. Oh man, now I have to tell people like what is
Just
about.
a little bit. Just spoil a little bit.
Oh, you're very smart. Now I have to tell. Okay, just a little bit. So even the land itself is called anicca anatta. So everything is anicca. Everything is changing all the time. Nothing stays the same, right? And every name in that book has it's a symbol, the Dhamma, Buddhist philosophy symbol. So Uttu means lap Uttu. Has anybody heard of this word? Those of you who are not Thai, lap Uttu is like sleeping
Or
so
dead,
soundly.
something like-
Yeah, you can't be woken up. You just don't wake up. You
see.
just lap Uttu, you know. So that's what the name of the main character means, to be asleep. Because when he was very young, I have a feeling I have to tell the whole story. When he was
That's fine.
when,
Just go ahead.
when he was very
We're
young, he used to sleep a lot. He just slept all the time. But the real reason is that the second stages of enlightenment or whatever, you can call it likeตื่น. So it's awake. So Uttu is asleep. So from being asleep, not just sleeping like this, but consciousness asleep. Your mind is asleep. You're not awake. You're like walking half asleep in life, right? As someone said, Uttu was like that. But then the journey of the whole book is from him being asleep to him being awake. Not awake like this with a coffee, but awake inside. So that's why the name is Uttu. Asleep to awake. That's all I'll tell.
Well, now I get it. So Uttu simply represent the sleeplessness.
Yes.
You sleep from awakening.
Yes.
So now I can guess the 8 demons must represent some of the bad things, akusala, or like defilements, kilesa.
The 8
Can you-
demons,
can you-
yes, they
say
are
a little?
they are all different kilesa. So kilesa in let's just say, how do you say negative emotions? Negative emotions. They are like anger, sadness, greed, lust, all those things. Blindness, ego. So 8 demons, 8 different types of negative emotions, and yeah, I just love the three things. I don't know what the stat call in
You mean
in
the
Buddhism.
three
รู้
common
ตื่นเบิกบาน
characteristics?
You mean the
The awakening, right?
yeah
Uh-huh.
yeah. And what's that called? There might be a name for the 3 things. You know, the awake arise. I call it awake arise. รู้ตื่นเบิกบาน I don't know what it's called together, but yeah, that's in the book.
Okay, I think it's enough for now. So
Yeah.
they have, they have something, some inspiration to make it over. Okay, to read it again. So I am now realize how you have the body of knowledge of the Buddhism, and then it seems like you integrated already to your books. So I'm going to ask you, due to this talk is held in the Buddhist University. So, what do you think about Buddhism? In your opinion, what is Buddhism? Maybe briefly.
Great questions. Who came up? Pinat came up with the question, right? I'm just kidding. He's smart. So, in my opinion, my personal opinion, people always think Buddhism is only a religion. But just to quote someone else, I think not Einstein, someone said that, maybe Alan Watts or someone. He said Buddhism is so. Oh, okay, I remember. Yuval Noah Harari, the one who wrote *Sapiens*. It's one of my favorite books. If you haven't read it, go read it. *Sapiens*, A Brief History of Mankind, humankind. Yeah, so good. So in the book, he said, communism is like a religion, but it is not. It is. We don't say that communism is a religion, but actually, it's very similar. It's like a cult. You have the ritual. You have the leader, like the prophet. You devote yourself to him and all that. So many things very similar to a religion. But he said, Buddhism is a religion, which is not like a religion. It's more than that. That's why I love Buddhism so much. Buddhism is a way of life. It's a philosophy. And if you take everything out of it, if you take the what do you call that in English? Arms round, the takbat,
Arms round, yeah.
arms, right?
Arms round, yeah.
Arms round. If you take that out, if you take the praying out, if you take the rituals out, if you take everything out, you still get the truth of life. It's still there. Which of course in Tripitaka, Traipidok, is divided into 3 parts, right? And the parts that I like the most, of course, is Apitam, which is you can call it the truth. And I myself, I believe in the truth. I always said, my religion is life. My religion is life. My prophet is love, and my God is truth. My personal God is truth. So what is truth? Very easy. This is truth. If I pull this out, if I hold this up and then I drop it, it's gonna fall like that because of gravity. Gravity pulls things down, pull everything down. If I stand up, I jump, I'm gonna be pulled down. No matter what religion you are, you might be Muslim, you might be Christian, Jewish, Buddhist, atheist, Rasputinist. I don't know what's that called. The one that worship the spaghetti monster. Doesn't matter. If you jump off the building, you die. Without wings, you die. That's the core teaching of Buddhism. Truth. I think truth goes beyond every religion, because no matter what religion you are, you cannot escape the truth. So what is the truth? Anicca, dukkha, anatta. Right? That's Buddhist. That's why I love so much about Buddhism. These things, okay, you can be Muslim, you're gonna grow old and you're gonna die. You can be Buddhist, you're gonna grow old, you're gonna die. Every person of every religion or even no religion will grow old and die, and everything changes all the time, and anatta, nothing owns anything. It's the truth. Okay, this is gonna be long, but okay. If I tell you to stop your heart, can you do it? I don't think anyone can. If you can, don't die. Okay, don't do it. But I don't think you can. Okay, like stop the heart now. Stop it. You can start it again, right? So stop it now. Can't do it. Okay, I might say, all right, you might be cold, right? Raise your own temperature 5 degrees now, like boom, sweat. No, you can't. Or if you're sick, if you're like coughing, you have cold, you have cancer, just like order it to like stop, or just order your skin to turn blue. You can't do any of that. And yet we say my body is sick, my body is aging, my body is fat. It's not your body. If it's your body, you have to be able to do everything you want, right? You can't. I can't do anything. I have to, if I want my hair to look this good, I have to take care of it, put oil, put different things on it to make it look good. But if one day my hair fall off, I can't be like grow and it grow like crazy. No, I don't own my body. So that's the coming back to the question.
Yeah, so
The truth. And that's what I love about Buddhism. Anatta. No one owns anything. And that's body. That's your body. That's very close to you. How about your loved ones, your children? You don't own any of that. You don't own your possessions. You don't own anything. And you don't even own your mind. You think you own your mind? Okay, try this. Try to forget everything now. Like, if you are in pain, if you have like bad memories, boom, erase it. Can you do it? No. อยากจำกับลืมอยากลืมกับจำ If you want to remember, you forget. If you want to forget, you remember. You don't own your mind. You want to stop your thought? Okay, stop thinking for like 5 days. Just stop your mind from thinking 5 days. Boom, straight. You cannot do that. You don't own your mind. We don't own anything. Anatta, truth, Buddhism.
well, so yeah, so seems like Buddhism represents something very deep, and to say that is to say is life. So Buddhism is life, the pattern of life or way of life, and especially the truth of life as well. So we may come to the point where we are now that I am talking with a psychologist. I claim you as the new generation of the brain development psychologists. So you mentioned, when I asked you about Buddhism, then you mentioned about one side of the life, that is to say the physical side, and you also mentioned about the mind too. Well, so come to the point that what is life in your opinion?
Whoa, these are really big questions. Take a long time. Okay. Easy. I love easy answer because Albert Einstein said there are 5 levels of intelligence. He said it's like smart, intelligent, brilliant, genius. Genius is the 4th level. You know what's the 5th level? The highest level of intelligence? Einstein said it's called simple. That's even beyond genius, right? So I love to always try to make things as simple as possible. If you can't understand it, no use. All right. What is life? Life is desire. Okay, I'll explain. That is not life. This is not life. We all know that. This is not, because these things have no desire. Desire and life, one and the same thing. And you might say, oh, but Buddha said no desire, no suffering. Wrong. Chanta is desire, but in a good way. No. If I sit, right, and then I practice meditation, at that time you might have no desire whatsoever, like 0 desire, which is great. That's why you're happy. You have no desire. But you sit for 5 hours, you have to go into the toilet. That's your body desire to go to the toilet. Everything which we call life is desire. For example, virus, bacteria, virus, seaweed, all these little things that are micro things, they all have desire. They want to propagate. They want to attack your body. They want to divide themselves. They want to eat other cells, right? They all have. So what? Okay, if you ask further, what is desire? Is that innate, inside, right? Or innate is a better word. Innate need to dispel discomfort. Discomfort is dukkha, right? So it's the need to get rid of suffering. That's desire. Any time you have a need to get rid of suffering, there is desire, and that is life. This thing has no need to get rid of any suffering. This thing can stay forever. I can put this thing on a table for 1,000,000 years, and it will just stand there, and it will just not do anything because it's not life. It has no need to go to toilet. Has no need to eat. Has no need to propagate or mate with any. It has no need to be like that bottle looks so beautiful. Let me go and stand next to it. Right? It has no desire, but we're like that person is beautiful. Let me go sit next to that person. We all have desire. Life is desire. So in conclusion, but then Buddha said again, desire is suffering. Even Buddha, if you study, right, of course you all know this more than me, but for 45 years after the age of 25, after Buddha got enlightened at the age of 25, according to the legend, Buddha had desire to spread the teaching, right? Without desire, Buddha would sit there forever. Right? Because there's no desire to spread the teaching, to help others, to uplift the creatures of the world. There is desire, but shanta, good desire. Desire that spread joy and happiness, which is the opposite of tanha, which is, bad desire, that desire to kill or desire to rape or desire to cause suffering. Life is desire.
Well, depending on your definition of life, it's based on desire, right? Is it possible to have a life without desire? From your opinion, without.
Wow. This area, like I'm not like, I have to give it to others, because even though I talk a lot, I'm not a speaker. This is like I'm just sharing my thought.
Okay.
You might disagree with everything I said. That's okay. That's fine. Because if everything thinks like me, the world will be so boring. Boring.
That's okay.
The thing is, I think life without desire is not okay. Life without thirst is possible, but not life without desire. Desire, in my personal opinion, I don't think we should associate the word desire with something bad. If you desire to help others, that's beautiful. I think Dalai Lama has desire to help others. Don't you think? I think he has desire to help others. That's not bad. But so I don't think it's possible to have. I think it is possible for certain time. Like if you meditate for like half a day, and for that half a day you have no thoughts, really in a deep state of meditation. I don't. What's that called? I can't remember. What's that called? Deep state of meditation.
Jhana?
Jhana.
Right?
Yeah.
Absorption, right?
You're in absorption. You're in jhana. 6 hours, no desire. I think that's possible. But for the whole life, I don't think so. I mean, if someone can have no desire whatsoever for 30 years, that would be very supernatural, but might be possible. I don't know. I don't think so. But life without thirst is very possible. Thirst is different, in my opinion, than desire. Thirst is like, I have to help other people or else I'm going to suffer. I have to do this or else I'm going to suffer. I think, we can definitely live without thirst.
Yeah, right. Actually, you're right. The life without desire sometimes I think it's impossible to, because this is due to the fact that the desire and the kilesa or defilements, they are differences. So the life without desire may not possible, but the life without defilements or kilesa, it is possible, right? What do you think?
I am far from that.
Okay, I think it is.
But I am far from that.
Who knows? Maybe you are so close, but you just don't realize something like that. Okay, so well, anyway, our life, of course, it has their meanings too. Not only the human beings, right, but all of the life of plants or life of animals or the life of the other planes from different existence. They have some meaning too. So I would like to ask your personal meaning of life. Where is it? I mean, where is your meaning of life?
Meaning of life is a very fun topic to talk about because we don't know that actually the word meaning comes from an old Indo-European word, meinen. Yeah, meinen is an old Germanic word as well. It means mind. So meaning and mind they share the same root, which is so interesting because meaning is what the mind makes. Okay, so I have so many people messages me saying like, oh, like I don't know what's the meaning of life. I suffer because there's no meaning. Of course there's no meaning. What are you talking about? Of course there's none. You create it. You create your own meaning. So why do I say that? Okay, if I put up, I pick up this bottle many times now.
We
Okay,
have only this bottle.
this bottle. I
And then
have
you
not
know,
many.
trust.
I have very few things to play with. Okay, if I pick up a bottle or anything, any tool, there usually a label says that you drink this. Okay, you put flowers into this. You use this to carry things. Whatever, right? So on, so on. Those are the meanings of those things. Table. The meaning of the table is it used to put things on it. You can sit on it and all that as well. So it comes with instruction on what to do. Life is not like that. We never come out of our mother like with a label. This person becomes a monk, like tattoo on the head, This person will be a writer, or hold a piece of paper when we come out of our mother's womb, like I will be the conqueror, Genghis Khan or whatever. There is none of that. It's blank. In Buddhism, again, I love this word. Sunyata is emptiness. Is the highest, the greatest stage of stage and state as well, actually, of the mind is emptiness. Sora in Japanese is called. I have a tattoo at my back. The tattoo right here, the top one is Sora, sky. Peanut will know this very well. Soda. Are you thirsty? I think you're thirsty. I think you're pretty thirsty now.
Spell correctly.
Okay, it's Sora.
Sola.
Sora, right? Sora, sky, emptiness. Peanut is a pro at this kanji and Japanese philosophy. So in Japanese philosophy, Buddhist philosophy, there are 5 elements. There's earth, fire, water, wind, and no. This is in Japanese Zen philosophy. In Zen, and the 5th element is emptiness. It holds every other element. Is the highest one. Is the ultimate one. So to answer the question, that's life. It's Sora. It's empty. You come up, you're like, what is this? What's this? There's no meaning of anything. You give it meaning. You're like, okay, this is what my life's gonna be. You decide. You create your own meaning. Just like the word meinen or mind. Meaning, same thing. Meaning is what your mind creates. Your meaning of life might be to help others, but the meaning of life of Adolf Hitler is to kill others. And that's the meaning of his life is correct in his opinion. I'm not saying that it's correct for the world. It's quite wrong for the world. But it's correct in his opinion that Hitler has to kill Jews. That's his opinion, right? In my opinion, it's wrong. But in his opinion, it's right. So it's empty. It's what you create. So next time you you suffer because, oh, I don't know what's the meaning of life, I can't find it and all that. That's great, because if the cup is full, you can't fill it with anything. But if the cup is empty, you can fill it with anything you want. That's our mind, that's life. You cannot hurt emptiness, and you can turn emptiness into anything you want, because empty is not nothing, empty is possibility.
Okay, good. So seems like the more we try to figure out what the meaning of life, or where is the meaning of life, then maybe the more we confuse, because I believe that many people try to figure out where is the meaning of life, and the more they try to figure out, and they may a little bit confused too. So lucky us, we are staying in the Buddhist university, so I believe that we do have the chopped teachings of the Buddha dealing with what is the meaning of life. So I would like to ask more, in case if we can realize the meaning of our life, then what is next? Can you just suggest that how life should be, in case they found it?
All right. So, according to the last question, you create your own meaning. I also created my own meaning of life, and I'm going to share with you. You might disagree with it completely. That's totally fine. So, because the world needs diversity. My own meaning of life come from 4G. This is very important. If you can't remember anything I said today, please, take this into account. Yeah, no need to take notes, but yeah. 4G: gain, grow, give. I won't tell you the last one. I'll tell you later, so that you listen. All right.
Can you come again? Gain, grow.
Okay. I'll explain each one.
Okay.
So gain. So okay, people think that happiness or joy comes from money, comes from possession, fame, good looks, and all that. Those things can give you happiness. I mean, I see people who get like $10 million check. I don't see them cry. They're like, whoa, so happy. So you can't say money cannot buy happiness, but it doesn't last. After like, whoa, 1 year pass, that person might be like, oh, my life sucks. So it doesn't last, because it's only the first level of joy. Gain, GAIN, gain. Gain means to receive. Receive money, receive fame, receive possession, receive anything. Is gain. So what is the second level? First of all, you see many people who gain a lot of things and they're happy then, but then they're not happy anymore. The second one is grow. The second G. So to grow is a deeper kind of happiness. You grow from pain. You grow from suffering. You grow from hardship, challenges, all those things. You grow from it. That's the second level. It's deeper, because gain, right? If you have money, people can take that away.
Of course.
But people cannot take away your growth. If you become stronger, people can't be like, give me your strength. It's not like in a movie. You can't sap away strength from people, or like sap away wisdom. Growth stay with you. If you become stronger from your heartbreak, it stay with you. It doesn't go away. It will always be with you. That strength, that wisdom, always be with you. The third one is give. That's the third G. Give is even deeper than growth, because to give is very lasting. If you have given anything to someone, you give that person a present or a gift or whatever, you might be gone for a long time already. But that happiness, that joy that you have given something to someone, stay with you like pretty much forever. There's a saying that on the last day of your life before you die, you won't think of all the things you receive, but you think of all the things you've been given. You have given to others. All right. So all the things that you gave to others will come to your mind and be like, I lived a good life. But all the things that you receive won't really come to your mind. Those are like sayings that they say, like people who are gonna die, like they'll be like that. They'll give. All right, 3Gs already. Who can guess the last one? The last one is pretty hard. Oh, come on! No, not you. You're at every event, like every event.
So she knows, right?
She knows everything.
She knows.
She's at every event. I don't know what's like how she can do that. Pinny, crazy. So, okay, gratitude
Gratitude.
is the fourth one. It's the last one. So, gratitude is the all-encompassing joy that you have a good. Okay, you sit here today. We take for granted that we can see each other. Blind people cannot. Deaf people cannot hear me. People without legs or arms are not here. I don't see anyone who's like, who are disabled right here. We all have these things, but we take them for granted. You have a brain that can think. You have a heart that can love. You have a mouth that can speak, eyes that can see, ears that can hear, hands that can do things. We are not grateful for that. That's why gratefulness, gratitude is the last one, all encompassing. Now, this is very important, so please let me share with you this. If you can't remember like the 4G, remember it like a tree, like any plant. Gain is like the roots, Gain is like the roots receive nutrients.
Gain, the first one? Okay.
Yeah,
Gain.
Water, all those things from the root. Grow is
Grow.
the trunk, is the trunk of the tree that grows, right? Give is the fruit. So the tree gives out fruit and stuff, and even when the tree dies, it gives out wood for others and all that. Gratitude is the sun that makes a tree grows. Right? So if you have a model, if you live your life like a tree, like that, gain, go, grieve, gratitude, joy will be yours. Like definitely 1,000,000%. So people nowadays suffer a lot because we focus only on the first G. We gain a lot. We gain. But we don't grow, we don't give, and we don't feel grateful. That's why we suffer a lot. Now, just to give you one last example, which you would love, because it's about the Buddha. Buddha had all that. First of all, Buddha gained a lot when he was in the palace. He had women, he had money, possession, everything when Buddha was in the palace, right? After that, he didn't find lasting happiness. Yeah, you see that? He didn't find it. So he went out to practice many things, practice a lot of things, went to the yogi, practice this, practice that, vipassana, all those things, to grow, right? And then once Buddha reached enlightenment, according to the book or the things, legend, once he gained enlightenment at the age of 35, right? 35. So 29, he spent 6 years meditating under the Bodhi tree. 35, became enlightened. Can you see that the last stage of Buddha's life, 35 to 80, he passed away at 80, right? 45 years is give. Can you see that it's the longest one? Like gain is like very short when he was a teenager. Grow is like 6 years. Give is 45 years of giving. Now, it's very cool, this story. I love it because it's reflected in Buddha's life. The last thing, which is so incredible, which most of us don't know, is Buddha also felt grateful for even the tree he sat under. The Bodhi tree. Do you know that according to legend, Buddha stared at the Bodhi tree for a very long time after enlightenment, to thank the tree for giving the Buddha the shade, the everything, that Buddha could be enlightened because of that tree. Without that tree, he would be sunburned, so sunburned, so wet because of the rain. So much suffering. So Buddha just felt grateful. So he stared at the tree and thanked the tree for a long time, just for giving him the shade. So as Buddhists that we are, if we just follow this model of 4G, I tell you, joy will be yours.
Okay,
Lasting
thank you very much.
joy.
It's a very interesting model. It's 4Gs.
4Gs.
Gain, growth, give, and gratitude. This is how
My
life
own
should
habit,
be, right?
my own model
Okay.
of life.
So, well,
of life.
I'm afraid we have just 2 minutes.
I told you we need more time. We need you tomorrow.
Well, yeah, actually, I prepared for another 2 interesting questions.
I'll be like
but
so
due to,
short.
you
I'll
know,
be like,
yeah. Well, I'm supposed to ask you for the last question, and then I'm not sure if we spare time for somebody to ask. Let's maybe just one question, okay? I will raise the question for the
Definitely.
audiences. So the last question goes to something that related to the topic. Design your life, build a life that you love. So do you think that the 4G models will suit this question? How did you design your life to succeed, or you have
Oh.
another model to explain?
No.
It is
That's
right?
it. That's great
It's
because
4G, huh?
it's the 4G.
Okay, yeah,
we
good.
we cover that question.
Okay. How can you know my question is advanced?
I'm a psychic. Just kidding.
You're a psychologist, right? Okay, so thank you very much for the very productive discussed talk. So maybe we have spare time for just one question, one quick question.
Yeah.
Who would like to ask?
Definitely, please.
I would like to ask, what is your ultimate goal or highest purpose in life,
Wow.
in this life?
These people only have like deep questions. I love it. Not like what you had for lunch or whatever. I didn't have lunch. I eat 1 meal a day. I'll eat in the evening. 1 meal a day. Okay, so just like monks, I eat like monks, 1 meal a day. Okay, so the answer to this question is, first of all, before I end the talk, I would like to leave something about like the 4G. But before that, to answer your question, my life purpose, like in a very, very tangible, very solid answer, is I want to. Oh no, I should keep that a secret. I'll tell you that like the bigger picture, I want people to realize the importance of their mind, of their brain. Okay, I'll share with you. I think you're gonna love this. Do you know what is the most powerful object in the known universe? It's inside you. It's your brain. It's the most powerful, mysterious, crazy, all these wonderful object, organ in the known universe. It's inside every one of us. It can either makes us kill tens of millions of people like Stalin or Mao Zedong or Hitler did, or it can give us enlightenment like Buddha, or become someone who saves the world. Is this thing is very small. If you want to know the size of your brain, it's like you put your 2 hands together like this. That's the size of your brain. It's crazy, but it can contemplate the vastness of the whole universe. It can try to understand black holes, stars, stock markets, Abhidharma, all these crazy things can be understood by this little thing. That I used to like do like the like surgery thing. If you poke your finger into the brain, it's like a tofu, softer than a tofu. It's like this is a piece of tofu, but this piece of tofu can create like a world of suffering or the universe of joy. It's crazy, right? So this is crazier. There's something even crazier than that. Right now, we focus on so many things, which is not our brain and our mind. We focus on the latest song on the chart, which is fine. I don't blame people like who do that. I do that too. But we focus on the movies. We focus on the who dates who, in like which celebrity divorced which celebrity, which is fine. But we forget that the most important thing, which is inside us, we don't study that. So to answer your question, my ultimate purpose in life is to do everything I can to let people see again the wonderfulness, the amazingness, the greatness of this thing, which is the greatest thing in the known universe, which is in all of us, the closest thing to us, but we know it the least.
So, well, I guess you get an answer, okay? So that is the ultimate goal or from a new generation of brain development science.
100 billion neurons.
Yeah.
100 billion.
It's impossible. It's marvelous, right?
There's so many neurons in the
your
brain.
ultimate goal remind me to the speech of the most venerable Brahma Bandit that he been given. He mentioned one thing about lokata jariya. It's mean the benefits not only for yourself, but you need to share, right? Give and gratitude back to. In this context, I guess that you try to give and gratitude to all sentient being by being, advocating peoples about everything that you have it. You like to share your own goal with them as well, and that is the goal of your.
Yeah, it comes to the Buddha three folds, right? Aware, awake, arise. That's the name of the book, the English book that I spent 10 years writing, which is coming out very soon. So we have to be aware of the greatness of this thing we have, so that we can be awake and so we can arise as a species, because we are destroying our world.
Yes, correct.
This is going to be long, so
Uh-huh.
I'm going to stop there.
Unfortunately, actually, we expect, we need to have the very good conversation to you, but due to the time limitation, so we have to once again say a thank you to you, like once again to join a very good conversation in this discussion. So may I ask everyone to give a big applause to our invited guest speakers, Mr. Khun Khao Sintu Sen K. Chonbut. And then in the future, we may need to invite you once again to have a very talk.
It's a pleasure.
Like this.
One just last thing that I want to say on this is that I told you that grateful is the last thing, the fourth G. So let me just say this, that I'm very grateful to be here. Very grateful to be here. Super grateful. Another name, come back to the first question. Last thing, I promise you. Kun Khao. Actually, another meaning I didn't tell you is that gratefulness. So if you see a mountain cannot be big or tall without the land that uplifted. When a building is tall, the poles or the foundation has to be deep. A tree grows tall, the roots need to be deep. So the more successful you are, the more you need to be grateful. I am very grateful to be here, because without listeners, speaker is like a mad person talking to a wall. So you give me your time, you give me your attention. So I am very grateful to be here. And if you are grateful for every day of your life, for the things that you have, I tell you, it's not the things that you will gain which will make you happy. It's how much joy you can derive from the things you already have.
Okay, we're so grateful for your coming. Thank you very much. Okay, so that is a talk with Mr. Khun Khao Sintuse Ken John Wood, and then actually we are also invited another speaker. Okay, so he's another inspirer who. Well, may I take this opportunity to invite Venerable Associate Professor Dr. Paramahansa Thammahaso, the assistant to the rector of MCU, the director of International Buddhist Studies College, director of the Peace Studies program in Thai, to prepare, and may I invite you to receive something from Venerable. Okay, so this is because Mr. Khun Khao will, need to go back to join another functions somewhere else. Let us say Anumotana Sadhu. Sadhu. Well, Venerable Ajahn Pramod is presenting, offering the dissertation, a PhD dissertation, a case study, right, of his own self dissertation to the guest speakers, Mr. Kun Khao, Sintu Sen, Kechan But. Okay, and thank you to Venerable Paramahansa Thamaso as well. Well, ครับขอบคุณมากนะครับขอบคุณเจอกันจริงๆ Well, we're going to continue our session มีให้พักนะครับต่อเลยเนาะ We're going to continue our talk. Once again, the talk's topic is designing your life, build a life you love, and we also invited another inspirer. He's very well known among this society, Thai society nowadays. He's very popular, and it's very difficult to get him here. His hometown is from Rasi Salai district, Sisaket province, and he graduated primary education from Ban Mieng School, Rasi Salai district, the same district that he was born. His high school, he graduated from non-formal education from Phra Khanong district, and he also granted with a full-time scholars granted by Bangkok Suvarnabhumi University. So that makes him graduated in the Bachelor of Degree, Faculty of Political Science, Bangkok Suvarnabhumi University. And at first, when he first came to Bangkok, he worked in the factory as the factory worker and turned it himself to be a motorcycle taxi driver. And later on, he always interested in learning new things. He likes reading, especially English books and those books about the various technologies. While driving as the motorcycle driver, he was sitting and always reading English books. In his free time, he learned to create websites and blogs as well as Twitters to use and various media to help find clients for document delivery service. His web blog is over 2 million people viewed recently. It's 2 million people recently, and his video clips has been released online via YouTube channel. So of course he's a YouTuber as well. He got the attention very, very much from the Thai media. That is many of Thai media, such as newspapers, including BBC News, TV channels, and they requested him for an interview on the TV programs too. So that's why if you travel into the internet, you will see a lot of TV programs, TV shows, and with his face. And now he is a facilitator to inspire people on English learning. And he is an English teacher in both public and private agencies. And this is all of his brief, his background of his biology. So may I ask everyone to give a big hand to our invited guest, Kun
Thank
Det
you.
Chat Phuongket.
Okay, thank you very
Kun
much.
Det Chat Phuongket. Well, I guess many monks or many participants, they already have wondered, they wonder about your dress. Can you tell us what dress is this? You came in the full form with your ID too.
I am Dechat Phuongket. I am a motorcycle taxi at Sukhumvit 71, Phra Khanong. This is the uniform for the motorcycle taxi driver in Bangkok.
So, okay. So, do you have any order? I mean, who ordered you to dress like this, or you just order and prepare this by yourself?
Yes, every time when I went to somewhere, if somewhere is invited me to join the discussing like this, they just tell me about the motorcycle taxi driver uniform. This is you are the people around the world or people in Thailand know you because you are the motorcycle taxi driver. You just wear the uniform like this.
I'm so impressed. It's a very good question. I mean, the underlying concept under just wearing this dress. I mean, your entity dressed. It's represent the in Thailand in Buddhism we call samma achiva. Samma achiva means livelihood. So as long as you plow on your samma achiva, it means you can this is another way to gratitude to the social as well. It's your own entity, and I love that.
Yes, of course, I'm very proud of my jobs like this. I'm very proud of motorcycle taxi. I think is you can do anything if if your job or your career can have your money or can receive the money can spend for your life like this. Like me, I am a motorcycle taxi driver. I am very proud because every day I can receive money like this.
Right. This is what we call samma achiva. It means a career that is not related to the 5 precepts, especially the atinatana, not to take what is not given, something like that. So I think that this samma achiva can happen to the life of the monks too. I mean, even though they're not make anything for money like us, but they are receive some of the money too. So that is why the Buddha also called the monk samma achiva as well, the right livelihood. Okay, so as far as I study your biography, it's very, very interesting, and seems like in the past when you first entered the Bangkok and your first work, can you explain or can you tell us what was your first work? I mean, at the day that you stepped your feet on Bangkok,
Okay, I
what was
see.
that?
First time I came to Bangkok for work. The first time I worked in the factory from 8 a.m. to about 6 p.m.
So 8 to 6.
Yeah, 8 to 6
Okay.
p.m. all day long.
So you are a salary human.
Yeah,
มนุษย์
and
เงินเดือน
yes, right. But I receive only 35 bahts per day. This is,
Sorry, I beg your pardon. 35
35 bahts per day. This is last 10 years ago.
as a factory worker.
Yes, yes.
Just only 35 baht?
35
Is it
baht per
violated
day.
to the law of the... Okay, we try
Yes,
not to say that.
and then
Uh-huh.
I worked for the factory about 15 years.
For 15 years.
Yes, from 35 to 300 baht per day.
I see.
And then I just so I like to learn more about the works.
Okay.
I want to change because it's in the factory is from 8 to 6 p.m. is all day long and I cannot see anything outside because just when I work just inside the factory, cannot go out. And then my friend just asked me to go out to be a motorcycle taxi driver at Sakanong. And then I want to try. It's good when I quit a job from the factory, and then I become a motorcycle taxi driver. And then I have the time to learn everything like the social media and then English. That's why I can make web blog like in oknation.net/blog/motorcycle-rabjang.
So after you work for a while with that factory, so you decided to quit and change to another job.
Yes.
What is that? It's a motorcycle taxi driver. And I try to understand you. You said that the reason why you need to change is you like to see outside world. Is that correct?
I want to learn more. I want to learn more because if I work at the factory, no time, just I have time only when we have the lunch like this. After lunch, just about 30 minutes like this. No time to learn more about. I want to learn more about the world, or I want to have the time for study like this. Because if I quit a job, when I become a motorcycle taxi, I have the time and I read a book and learn more about the social network, and then I just study at non-formal and informal education center.
Well, what really happened? What really happened when you was working as the factory worker? Is it so tight about everything? I mean, every workers are not permitted to go outside. Do you mean that? So they need to work like a robot,
Yes.
like a machine for start from 9 to 6,
Yes.
9 to 6.
Yes.
And when you are living or working in that atmosphere, then you cannot do anything more, right?
Yes, I cannot do anything wrong. Just work and work.
I guess after you off, after 6 o'clock, then you have more energy to create your brain.
Yes, right.
Something
right.
like that. So
Yes,
this is
right.
the reason why you decided to change your job to be a motorcycle.
Yes, right.
And how long since that to then? How long that you've been driving as a motorcycle
How
taxi
long
driver?
is meaning how long I become a motorcycle taxi?
Yes. How many years altogether since the first time?
About 10 years too. About
10
10 years.
years.
Yes, about 10 years I become a motorcycle taxi
10
driver.
years from now. 10 years from 10 years ago,
Yes,
right?
10
You
years
first.
ago. Yes, until right now.
I see. 10 years ago, and I also know that you have another job too. Now
Yes.
you change one time, right? You
Yes,
change a job
yes,
one
yes.
time, then you have another job. It's a teacher or something. Can you tell?
Yes, yeah, right. When I have a time when I become a motorcycle taxi, I have time to reading. I have time to learn more. I just reading a book. My friend is just play something, just listening to the music. But for me, I just reading a book like English book or IT books like this for social media or social network. I reading more and then I learn English by myself. By reading book or listening to the music or watching the movie, or when the foreigner customer come to my place and ask me to go to somewhere, add a passenger, I just ask them and talk to them. Like I want to learn English, I want to improve my English like this.
I remember that you are recognized as a motorcycle taxi driver who is the one and only. The one that can speak English to your customers. Is that true? Do you have
Yes.
many foreigners
Yes,
as your customers?
because my friends, I try to teach them to like my friend in the Prakanong motorcycle taxi my place is no one can speak English. When the foreigner like Farang, when the foreigner customer come to our place, the foreigner just ask, oh, I want to go to the BTS, I want to go to Ekamai, I want to go to Thonglo like this. But my friend is cannot tell them about the price like this. They cannot speak like 20, 50, 40, 100. They cannot speak. They
And the
just,
directions too, right? They cannot
yeah, they
say
just-
the directions, right? Left or right?
yes, if I am there, I just tell them, okay, 100 baht. I just tell them, translate for them. If I am not there, they just use the hand like this, 100 like this, 50 like this.
So can I call that the first time of your teaching experiences? You become a teacher as soon as you start to teach your friends, right? So you become a teacher, but maybe informal teacher. So you have many students.
Yes, I have many students in the Sisaket, in Kukhan district, Sisaket province. The school from the primary school from Prathom 1 to Mathayom 3 in Sisaket. I teach English at the Prathom 4 and to มัธยมตรี
Okay, well, let me understand, make understand. You have the very first group of students that is your friends. I mean, the non-profit. You make no money from your friends. Is that correct, right? Or you keep money from them? No, right? Okay, that is the first group of students. So, how about the second group of students? You mentioned about some school. How can you get there? Did someone already propose you a job to be a teacher? Can you tell?
I am a motorcycle taxi. How can I become the teacher? Right?
That's correct. Yeah, that is
Oh
the
yes.
answer.
Is the school in Kukhan district? They just look like what is that advertising like this, or they said they need the English teacher for teaching the student speak English, just for speak English, like English conversation. They just advertising. When I read, oh, maybe I will competitive for examination like this, and then I go home. I go to Sisaket, and then I examination at the school, and then
You passed?
yes, I passed. Then the school just call me to teaching. My duty is just teaching student for conversation only. Just teaching them about when you wake up in the morning, you can say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, or have you eaten? Yes. Would you like to eat something? Would you like to drink something? Just teaching them for conversation.
It's maybe the daily
Yes,
useful
daily life
conversation.
for conversation.
I
Yeah.
see, I see. And that it's take place at your hometown, right? At Sisaket.
Sisaket, my hometown.
Is there any particular reason why you choose to be a teacher at your own country? I mean, home city where you come from.
Yes, because I want to spread English to students at my hometown. As you know, in Sisaket, is the student or the people is there. I don't know why they cannot speak English. Maybe they don't like English. And then I want to teach them. I want to spread my knowledge in English to the student in my hometown, as in Sisaket. And I am happy when I teaching the student at my hometown. When in the morning when I go to school, they just say good morning teacher like this, and then I say, oh, good morning student. Every day they can speak right now. Before I become a teacher in Sisaket, is the director in the school just tell me is the student here is very shy to speak English.
I see.
Yeah, because just English teacher teaching them every day, but they cannot speak. They don't like to speak. They are shy to speak. But when I move to this school and teaching them, they can speak. They try to speak, because I tell them, don't be shy. Just try to speak like I teaching them like this.
So all of your students are shy, right? How about the teacher? Did you shy? I mean, what really happens on your first class of teaching, where every students come, in that class, and you need to take it for life?
Yes. I am not shy, but I just exciting for teaching at the first time, because I am from the motorcycle taxi driver, and then I become a teacher. When I just walk into the classroom, the student just say good morning teacher. So I am very happy, because from the motorcycle taxi bus, one day is the student just call me is teacher, like even the father or the mother of the student just
call you
come to
teacher.
school and then call teacher. Okay, thank you so much for teaching my kids for speaking in English like this.
Well, yeah, very interesting. I guess some of the students here need your teaching as well. Maybe you can teach there.
Oh, I think here is very good already, because this is the international student here. They can speak English is very good already here.
Let's talk about the one big opportunity that came into your life. Just only one. Well, I heard that you get some full scholar from Bangkok to Suvarnabhumi, university, right? They proposed to you. Not you did not ask them, but they proposed to you. What do you think about this opportunity for life? How you feel about it?
Of course, I am very happy that I can receive a scholarship from Bangkok Suvarnabhumi University. At the first time they know me about the Thai media is invite me to join the TV program because I learned English by myself. I learned about social media by myself, like Twitter. If someone here is on the Twitter, just typing at motorcycle Rabjang on Twitter, you can show me. Or if you are on Google, you can search my name, Deepak Chopra. You will see me. So many Thai media is uploads about my story.
How to spell your Dechat Phuket? Maybe some you need.
Okay,
Yeah.
DEJCHAT Dechat
Okay.
Phuangket
So
Dechat Phuangket.
just spell this English name and then your
Yes,
profile will pop
Yes,
up.
right. And I become a YouTuber too because I like that what is that way of life in Sisaket. I just upload everything in Sisaket, like the tourist attraction in Sisaket or anything in Sisaket or around Thailand. I just upload to YouTube. My YouTube channel is Sisaket channel. I just use my province
How to spell?
Sisaket channel.
SRISA.
Yes, SISAKET Sisaket channel CHANNEL Sisaket channel YouTube on YouTube.
So SI without R, right?
Yes,
SI.
yes, without R. Yes, only SI Sisaket like it.
Okay.
Sisaket
So
channel. And then after I learn anything by myself, and then one day is I just have seen something happen in Bangkok. It's about, I think it's 5 or 6 years ago. I don't know. But the explosion in Bangkok. And then I just ride a motorcycle taxi and then I pass and then I have seen and then I took a photo and I upload to Twitter. And then my picture that I upload is go spread to around
Viral.
the world. Yes.
Go viral.
Because explosion yet to the world, and then the BBC News or Wall Street Journal, they just take me. They want the picture for the headline news, international headline news like this, and then Thai media it just invites me to join the TV program, and then the Bangkok Suvarnabhumi University just know the story about me.
From the social media.
Yes, from social media. And then
Wow.
they said, oh, Mr. Deepak, oh, you learn everything by yourself, even English or social media you can do. And they said, okay, you just come to our university.
I see.
And then we will give you scholarship for 4 years for study English. The what is that? A bachelor degree.
Bachelor degree.
Yeah, bachelor degree. And then I'm very happy. I just ride a motorcycle direct to Bangkok
university.
Suvarnabhumi University.
I
Yes.
see. So
And
it's
then
been 4 years.
yes,
4
for
years.
4 years.
With
Yes.
Zero Thai bahts.
No,
need to pay,
zero
right?
Thai baht. Yes. Just free. That's it, free. And then I study for 4 years.
Well, very interesting. Then I wondered, what did you put in that situation, in that bomb situation? Did you explain the English one inside the content,
Yes, of course.
or just not just taking a picture, right?
Uh,
But you explain
yes,
it.
explains it in English.
In
too.
English.
Like yes, I just look like the breaking news. I just
Breaking news.
after I took the photo, breaking news, Bangkok, Thailand,
Okay.
explosion on Sukhumvit 71, like this, and then one injuries like this, and then after that BBC News in what is in BBC News in
BBC News.
in English,
English.
in England,
UK.
Yes, they said they just take me, they just send the message to me.
Really?
Oh, Mr. Deepak Chopra, I would like to ask you about your picture. We will use the picture for the headline news in UK. They said, and then I say yes, and then They have the what is that? They have the brand in Thailand in Bangkok.
The
The
branch.
yeah, brand BBC New Bangkok just come to my place and then interview me and then give some money for me for the picture like
Can,
this.
can you tell us how much they give you? Or you just want to keep it secret? It's okay.
BBC News just give 10,000 baht.
Thank you for your sharing.
But for Thai media, it's free. No one asked me for Thai media.
Okay.
Only from the foreigner just pay me for the
They
picture.
like to know. I guess some of the monks would like to be like, how can we call field reporters, right?
Citizen reporter.
Citizen reporters.
Yeah, yeah.
And you mean whoever who takes some picture, some good
Yes,
picture,
yes, yes,
and
yes.
put it in into the news,
Yes. Right.
call themselves that citizen reporters. And from the international media, they give
Yes.
you 10,000 baht.
Yes, right.
10,000 baht. Oh, very interesting. Okay, I know nothing about how to become, this kind of reporters, but I saw there are many. Nowadays, we have many, field or citizen reporters among the world, I believe, because the format of how people create a media is completely changed to the new era where everyone can, take a snapshot and do
correct.
like you. But
Correct.
I think that the most important thing to your case is your English ability. So without English ability, you have just Thai ability. So to be explained it in the news, in Thai, it doesn't make any sense of knowing to the international media, right?
I think so. Maybe if I upload by Thai languages,
Thai.
maybe the international news on Twitter maybe don't understand.
Maybe only Thai media.
Yes,
So
correct.
nobody gives you anything, any profit. So let's come back to your, I would say, development of life. Due to the first work that you had here in Thailand is to work as factory workers, and then in some certain of time you change to the motorcycle taxi, right? And then you changed further to be an English teacher at your hometown. So, from your opinion, what is the turning point of your life? I mean, the turning point that turned you from this to the successful.
I think is my turning point is because I have a scholarship from Bangkok University. Because if I don't have the bachelor degree, I think I cannot become a teacher.
That's true. Mhm.
This is the turning point for my life is study. If I don't like to read a book, if I don't like to learn anything, and I will, no one give me a scholarship, no one give me a study like this. I learn by myself everything. That's why the university just give the scholarship to me, and then it changed my life. Study it changed my life to be a teacher.
So your turning point is it's when the Bangkok Suvarnabhumi University offered you a full scholarship and you accepted, because I believe that some of the people, even though they are granted by scholars, but I don't believe that everyone will accept to the educational decision. Just need one who emphasize on the education and sees the importance of the education, and I strongly agree with you that your turning point is it's come from the educational opportunity, right? Well, how about a time before travel to Bangkok? How about your family status and
Family,
yes,
way of life before I moved to Bangkok.
the way of life, yeah, before you
Okay.
move.
Yeah, I
Is that simple? Is that low or is that high?
Simple, very simple. Because I am an orphan. My dad and my
Oh,
mom
you're
is passed away when I was young.
Okay.
Just my grandmother is just take care of me.
Oh, you have your grandfather father and mother?
Yes, only that my dad and my mom passed away. Maybe when I only 6 months, I think. My grandmother just tell me they have an accident and then they pass away. Two of them, and then my grandmother is just take care of me. I just after I finished the school, the primary school in Sisaket, I just what is that? Take care of buffalo. Take care of buffalo.
ก็เลี้ยงควาย Feeding
and then
buffaloes.
farm and then farming,
Farming.
like planting, right, in
Okay.
Sisaket.
Okay.
Yes, and when I about 18 years old, I just moved to Bangkok.
Okay.
And after I finished the primary school, I just take care of the buffalo and cow and farming, planting rice, like this.
So those time at Sisaket were very, very difficult. Difficult,
yes.
right?
And then I think it's last 20 years ago in Sisaket is the people is very poor in Thailand. I think last 20 years ago, but
Okay.
nowadays still poor, but it's good more than last 20 years ago.
Okay, so Mr. Dechat Pongket, I think that I think I'm so interested about your life, your process of life, especially how you decided your life to be successful this far. You are so far from the way that you come from. I mean, in terms of the educational decision on that day that you made decision to start your Bachelor of Art degrees and then you graduated, then you get well known and get the degree and get many things of life. It's come from those process. So this is how you decided your life. Can you tell us how did you decide the whole life?
Yes.
This may be the
course.
last question from mine, and then
Okay.
I'm going to ask one question to ask.
Yes, because I know if you want to success, I think if you work hard and study hard, learn more, I think is you can be successful people. Because like me, I don't have dad and mom. My mother, my dad and my mother is passed away already. Only grandmother is take care of me. Everything I just take care of me and learn by myself. Even I want to study, but my grandmother said there is no money to send me to the city for study. I just come to Bangkok and then work in Bangkok and then try to study by myself. Like even I don't have money to register to the school, to the university, but I still learn by myself, just reading a book, reading anything about in the world by myself. I think study is not just only in the school. We can learn anywhere, like Kosono. In Thai we just call Kosono, non-formal and informal education center. In Thai you can learn anywhere you want to learn. You can learn everything and everywhere, like this.
So okay, so that is how you decided your life, the life that you love, right? So may I include that the way that you decide your life, it's comprised of a couple of factors. You need to have the effort or endeavor, พยายามอุตสาหะวิริยะอุตสาหะ then you're going to have the self learning, right? You are always eager to learn this and that. Then you're going to have the self adjustment. You adjustment yourself very well, especially to suit the living in the 21st century, where the social media is the king and can be your life too. And then you're going to need of course, self-learning, and the last one may be the language. I think English language changes life of yours.
Yes, correct. I agree with you, because English language is very important. If the people can speak English, is the people can conversation to the people around the world. Is even I am a motorcycle taxi driver. When the customers walk to our place, if they just ask where to go anywhere in Bangkok, if if our cannot speak English, cannot tell them, the customer just go away. They don't like to speak anymore. If I want to go to somewhere in, they just point to the map like this. If the map is in English, if we cannot read in English, is we cannot have the customer.
Well, yes, and this is the reason why you are selected and you are chosen to be here, because the people here, especially in this room, they not only use the Thai, but they can speak, and they can use the English skills very well too. So this is why you are here too. According to the time frame, we just have a couple of minutes left. Then it's enough for just maybe one quick question. So, which one would you like to ask? Please raise your hand. Monk's so interested to ask you. Can officers go back here? Come up here.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Afternoon.
Kate. My name is Sosoria. I'm from Shansitek in Myanmar. I'm student at MCU first year. I'm very interesting about your life. So I have two questions. One question: when you teaching the student, very stupid, how do you control your student?
Oh, I just
Okay.
I just try to teach them, like if the student is cannot understand, I just try to explain, and then like when I teach them, when you want to eat, you just say, I would like to eat. If they cannot speak, I just try to speak slowly. I want to eat, or I would like to eat. Like it, just calm down. Don't be, what is that? Don't teaching them harsh, because if you teaching them then harsh, they will don't like to learn English anymore. As the student in the province, I don't know why the student in the province don't like to learn English. So at the school, when I teaching them, so many students is go out from the classroom. I just walk and then, oh, come on here. You just come on here. I will turn on the TV and show you about the movie like this. But the movie is in English. We have the tablet, or we have the laptop like this. I just turn on the show the movie from YouTube like this. But I just turn on the movie is in English and subtitle is in English too, and then explain to the student, okay, you just watch the movie, this is good movie like this, and you just listening the movie there, what they speak like this. Okay.
Okay. And next question. Okay. If you have program, how do you control your mind? If you have some program, your job, how do you control your mind?
Oh yes,
Okay,
of
thank
course.
you.
Of course, if we are become a teacher, we have to control our mind. Like it's like what is that? We have to calm down. It's like it, because student is just a kid. Sometimes is the kid is don't know anything. They just what is that? The kid is don't know, like our is become adult like this. We are adult, but the kid is just small. If we have a problem, the kid is don't understand, we just calm down and try to speak softly like this.
So okay, so thank you very much for your last question, and that is all for the discussion talk on the designing your life, build a life that you love, and once again I would like to thank you to
Thank you.
to accept our invitation and share the very good experience with us, and I believe that you inspired to many of the students and the participants too. So okay, so Now please give him a great big hand คุณ
Thank
เดช
you
ชาติ
very
ดวง
much
เกตนะครับ and I guess that my responsibility is finished right now. Thank you very much for joining us this session.
Thank you, Kun Dechat, very much for your wonderful talk, and also to Assistant Professor Dr. Sanu for giving us an honor to be the moderator for us today. So next, now it's time for our last but not least speaker, Dr. Nash Siamwara, an inspirer and the translator of Buddha's brain, to give us his talk on designing your life. Okay, please.
Please take a break for 5 minutes because I know it's not, we are a little bit over time, but please do come back 5 minutes because I promise you one thing. After my very short talk, only 20 minutes, your life will never be the same. So please come back. 5 minutes นิมนต์พระคุณเจ้าเข้าห้องน้ำพักผ่อนก่อนครับ5 นาทีเดี๋ยวผมจะเริ่มครับ Please come back. Do come back. Before we officially begin, I like to unofficially begin for those who don't like to take a break. The mind cannot work unless the body is comfortable. That's why I ask you all to stand up and take a break, walk around. If you don't want to leave the room, it's okay. But please do stand up and move a little. That will be better for your mind. Lord Buddha himself also say, if the body is comfortable and peaceful, the mind will be peaceful. Thank you. So I like to test the microphone ตีแถวหลังได้ยินไหมครับได้ยินชัดไหมกล้องไปไหมไม่กล้องนะโอเคขอบคุณครับ ข้างหลังระบบเสียงพร้อมนะครับพร้อมนะงั้นผมเริ่มเลยนะจะได้ไม่เสียเวลามากจอหายไป อ้าวขอจอกลับมาได้ครับข้างหลังขอบคุณครับผมเริ่มแล้วนะครับ My deepest respect to Lord Buddha and all the enlightened beings, past and present. My deepest respect to King Chulalongkorn, King Rama V, the visionary and beloved founder of this beloved university. My deep gratitude to my parents or my teachers for making me be able to come here to share with you today. And to everyone here connected to MCU in any way, deans, faculty, staff, students, current students, I offer you not only my deepest respect, but also my heartfelt congratulations. Why do I congratulate all of you here? Could I have the slide back, please? And there's no need to show my picture in the back. I think it's okay. Just a slide. Thank you. Why do I congratulate you? Not because you are celebrating your 132nd anniversary, but because by the end of this brief talk, 20 minutes around, so I hope to demonstrate to you that MCU right now is the best place to be in the world. And as for, I promise you in the beginning that after this short talk, your life would never be the same. I would tell you the answer at the end. Okay, I forgot to change the slide. Okay, I forgot to change the slide. This slide is supposed to be when I said MCU would be the best place to be in the world right now. But first, let me tell you briefly why I'm here. I'm here out of gratefulness to MCU. Not that I'm an alumni. I wish I were one. I wish I were one. But because every time I'm invited to talk, and I'm still alive on the day of talk, I always think this is the last day of my life and this is my last talk. So I'm going to give you all I know. So if I die today, at least I left something for you. And I hope it's valuable. I'm grateful to you all because in my belief, if you will, the belief that comes from understanding from practicing vipassana a little comparing to you, I believe that you all here used to be my teachers, someone who have helped me designing my life in my previous lifetime. And that's the reason you're here, so that I can have a chance to pay you back. Isn't it nice if it is the last day of my life that I can pay back to my teachers who have kindly helped me in my previous life? I think that's a wonderful thing. So with deep gratitude, I come here to return a favor to you all. And actually, when I ask you all to stand up and stretch and take a break, 5-minute breaks if you want and come back, it's also my way of screening who were my teachers. Those who left and didn't come back, they were not my teachers. So now you know why I sent you for a break. Not only to make you relax and comfortable, but now I know you all here were my teachers before. I'm really grateful to be in front of you today. And with this spirit, let me begin. The concept of designing your life may sound new, and I think maybe the organizer got the idea from this book, international bestseller, translated into 25 languages. But I think MCU students know better than me that the concept has been around since the dawn of history. Think about it. Isn't it true that every single mind moment, what we think, what we say, what we do, are designing our life, even at this very moment? Your thought is designing your life for you. What is it? What is a thought? Is it kusala, skillful things? Is it a positive thing? What kind of life are you designing at this very moment? It's up to you. And I think what is more beautiful than that, and it's only in Buddhism that we have it, is that I'm a little embarrassed to show the next slide because it's something you all know better than me. And there is a saying in Thailand that you shouldn't teach a supreme patriarch how to read, but I'm about to do so. So if I make a mistake, please forgive me. I'm just a new learner. Okay, in Buddhism, next slide, please. Okay, I'm attempting to try my best. I didn't study Abhidhamma, okay? I just took it from internet. Shavanajit, or the active thoughts, it means in one single mind moment, the mind works so fast that you are basically, if you don't note it with mindfulness, you are designing not only one life, but 7 lifetimes. 7 lifetimes. So if you don't have mindfulness, noting, be aware of your body and mind at this very moment. What if greed comes out? You are designing 7 lifetimes of greed. Scary, isn't it? 7 lifetimes of greed. Even worse, anger. How come the MC didn't watch the time? It's 1 hour already. Anger. Scary, isn't it? But the good news is, this is all I know, so I'm not trying to elaborate. The good news is, Lord Buddha has the answer. You can surpass all this, and if you have mindfulness. Next slide, please. Thank you. It's not working. Okay. This is what I think the topic today should be. Not designing your life. You're now designing at least 7 lives at this very moment. If you're not using mindfulness, if you're not practicing mindful listening or mindful whatever, it's 7 lifetimes that you're designing now as you listen to me. So it's up to you. And by the way, if what I talk is what you already know, you are free to close your eyes and meditate. And that way, at least you are designing a very beautiful life. I just say, just in case. Okay. Next. Okay. Luckily, we have mindfulness. Mindfulness is all the big word in the world right now. Very popular. I show you why and how. It has been in many areas. Next slide, please. Cover of Time magazine, countless of time. Next slide, please. And if you go to look at the bookstores, this is just a few examples. There are hundreds of them. And if you come from international countries, you may have been to bookstores and you may notice this, how mindfulness become popular in the Western world. We have a book called Mindful Politics. Wait. Mindful Politics, Mindful Economics. Next, please. Mindful Leadership. This one I translated into Thai already out of print, but I still have some copy at home. Mindful Investor. Next, please. Mindful Cook. Anyone? Ladies, Mindful Cook. Next, please. Mindful Eating. 2 books. I need to read on that book. Next, please. Mindful Loving, Mindful Brain, Mindful Parent, Happy Child. So you can see it has been every Mindful Mother, Mindful Child. mindful teacher, mindful teen, and even specific like mindful medical student. It's very specific. Mindful nation, and the irony is it's written by a member of Congress of the United States. We don't have much member of the Congress writing about this in Thailand, unfortunately. Mindful work, there are hundreds, and even for kindergarten in United States. Now you have a book called Mindful Monkey, Happy Panda. Very cute. But what does this tell you? Mindfulness is everywhere in every area of the world. Isn't a big thing. But for today, I pick up two areas. wait, back one slide, please. Two areas that I think might be of especially interest to you because you all here are leaders. Maybe you don't know it yet, but you are, and you will be. So I would pick up these special two topics for you to elaborate a little bit about how big Buddhism has been in the world right now. So next slide, please. I just take one example from Harvard University. But let me tell why Harvard, because I used to go study master degree there. I went there a little bit in the graduate school, and I pick it because they're supposed to be the world best. It may or it may be not. Maybe MCU is. And Oxford also have programs in mindfulness. But I just pick up Harvard just to show you how big mindfulness has been in the West. Next slide, please. Take the only mindful leadership program at Harvard alone. Harvard Business School, the top business school in the world, has a national conference on mindfulness in the year 2010, which means 9 years ago already. They already have. Harvard Graduate School of Education have mindfulness leadership studies since the year 2007. And actually, it stemmed from any PhD student in the room. Any PhD? Oh, a lot. Congratulations, you just enter a path of endless suffering. May you survive. It came from a PhD student dissertation. She is an American, a Caucasian American, white lady. And I think she must have practiced Vipassana a lot, so that she changed her name, like maybe Casey, Kensington, something like that. She changed her name to Miss Metta. Last name is Karuna. It shows that it goes into her heart. And her dissertation was so good that the school decided to adopt it to become a program to teach other students. So we have 2 schools in Harvard already, okay? And next slide, please. Okay. Harvard Law School. What do lawyers have to do with mindfulness? Some lawyers went to Vipassana practice. I think out of, their work is very stressful. But not as stressful as PhD student. Let me tell you, that's the most stressful thing in the world. Mindfulness in law and alternative dispute resolution. Why? Would you like to tell me why? Why mindfulness is good for dispute resolution? Thank you, Venerable. Yeah, because people tend to be more open and have some mutual interest, and it has been very successful for judges, for lawyers, so that the judge can listen mindfully without bias. The lawyer can be, without hot head like American lawyer. Harvard Medical School have textbook mindfulness since the year 2009. And actually, from the textbook of Harvard Medical School, Harvard Business School took it over and did more studies and found out that mindfulness doesn't only improve some part of the brain, but every single part of the brain is improved by mindfulness. The part that control negative emotion, the part that promote mindfulness and concentration in front here, the part about memory, everything, it is improved. So Harvard Business School write an article in Harvard Business Review. You might want to look that up. It says that today's top executive is not just to say that you should practice mindfulness meditation, but you must do mindfulness meditation. Otherwise, you would not survive in this business world nowadays. Talking about leadership, I was invited to teach about Buddha and leadership in many places, many times. I'd like to ask you, when do you think Lord Buddha has displayed his first, how should I say, leadership traits or how do you call the traits for leadership? When did he first show it? Was it? Do you think it was when they have the next slide, please? Oops. Then we can go back one slide. It's okay. I don't have that slide. Sorry. Some of you may think it's a Maka Busha night, right? When more than 1,000 monks gather and listen to his policy about Buddhist teaching, right? But what about when he first gave his first sermon to the first five disciples? It is also a display of very good leadership, right? He can convince someone who didn't believe him in the first place to come down and listen, and they all get enlightened. But if you have studied leadership and you have heard about the word transformational leadership, in order to transform other people, you have to transform yourself. So for me personally, the first sign of leadership of Lord Buddha was displayed on the night he got enlightened. Why? He let himself out of suffering forever. He designed his life. And not only his life, he spent the next 49 years designing a curriculum, if you will, including staring at the Bodhi tree for 7 days, like Kun Khao said. 49 days designing the curriculum that would design others people's life. He didn't only change his life, he changed the world history. The world has never been the same since that night. And that is a great form of leadership. Without his leadership that night, there would not be MCU, and you and I wouldn't be here. Our life was partly designed by Lord Buddha. Isn't it wonderful? I think it's really something to be grateful for. Okay, when you think about Lord Buddha, you may think, oh, he's a bodhisattva. He has accumulated his barami for countless eons. Indefinitely, you can even count the number of years he spent perfecting his perfection, the barami. You may want some example of mindful leadership closer to us. It is my honor and my pleasure to share with you, especially our international students, a very short clip, only a little bit over 1 minute, a clip that shows what mindful leadership is. And I'm sure Thai people would be proud. I was able to dig up this BBC interview of His Majesty King Rama IX, the late king. At that time, let me tell you briefly about the event. The event, he went to a very rural area in upper, I think, northeastern Thailand to give the encouragement and give moral boost to the people to build a dam to collect water so that farmers can plant their rice. At that time, it was a height of communist era. And right before his trip to the northeastern, he was attempted an assassination. The communists tried to kill him in Yala by detonating a bomb. He survived, but that did not deter him from trying to help other people better their life. Did it sound familiar to you? Does it sound like a bodhisattva kind of vows? He's willing to risk his own life to make other people's life better. And BBC asked him the question, why did you have to basically did like Prince Siddhartha, leave all the comfort behind the palace and come to the rural? Do you want propaganda, PR, make him look good. And isn't it true that if the communist is not here, you would not be here? And when he answered the question, you would see what mindful leadership is. It's not only in his words, his body language, his eyes, the facial expression. This is everything you can expect from a Buddhist king. And I'm very happy to show you the clip. Oh, by the way, when he used the word we in the clip, it means him, it means I. I think he used the British way of calling a monarch we. So there's a Thai subtitle also in case you're not familiar with His Majesty's English, but he speaks very clear. So maybe have the clip, please. The sound doesn't come. Maybe we have to play the clip again. Can we play the clip again, please? Thank you.
What do you think the communist insurgents are telling people about schemes like this that you're involved in?
Depends on the one. Sometimes they will say that they are the initiators of this scheme. Sometimes they will say that this scheme is the devil's scheme. Depends on the man.
But in a sense, there's a bit of truth in that, because they might be claiming that were it not for all their action, you and the government wouldn't be doing these things here.
You would like to pose this question. This is a half-truth. If they were not there, we would not have trouble. And we would have built this dam a long time ago. But if, because they are there, we must take the trouble to come here, because the people who built this, they want to have some encouragement.
You're saying that this is evidence that you're winning?
Winning against what?
Communist insurgency.
Oh, I don't know. But we are winning against hunger. This is what we are doing. We are not fighting against people. We are fighting against hunger. We want to have them have a better life. If we make this and they have a better life, the people you call the communist insurgents will have a better life also. So everybody is happy.
What do you get from that clip? People who try to assassinate him 1 week before, he want a better life for them. If this is not a bodhisattva in action, I don't know what else to show you. You're blessed to be able to defend his reign for 70 years. So next slide, please. Coaching. Anybody here is a coach or studied to be a coach? No, you all are in one way or another. You may not realize it yet, or you will be after you graduate. Because coaching is all the rage in the world right now, especially in the Western world. You may think this is a new concept, 10, 20 years that has been around in the US, but I dare to argue that Lord Buddha was the world's first coach. Why? I have evidence for that. Coaching in the Western world, it means you ask questions mindfully, listen mindfully, being mindful all the time in front of your coachee, so that the coachee, or your students, if you will, can be aware of the answer themselves, create more awareness in the student, so that they are aware of the problem better and they are aware of the solution themselves. Does that sound familiar to you? Lord Buddha has many ways of teaching. Asking questions is one of it. And he listened mindfully. He asked questions in not just a way that the coachee can reach their goal, but some of them even reach the enlightenment. One powerful question, countless enlightenment. That's as powerful coaching as you can get. coaching has been next slide governed by the World Federation called International Coach Federation. One of its core competency is mindfulness, basically coaching present. But what I'm going to tell you is funny story from another. Coaching. I talk about Lord Buddha coach by asking questions and people got enlightened already. Okay, sorry. One slide back. Thank you. This is a funny story actually. After study brain-based study ICF coaching, I got certified from ICF. I went on to study brain-based coaching in Singapore in neuro leadership. 4 or 5 days training, very tough, very boring, if you will. But you know what? On the very last day, in the final lesson, supposed to be the most difficult one, which is the answer of all this brain-based coaching. What is it about? You need to master this thing to be a brain-based coach. By the way, brain-based coaching is coaching with the understanding of how the brain works in mind. The last day, the final lesson is called labeling. Labeling is you must be able to give the description to what goes on in your brain or in your mind. Emotion, thoughts, you should be able to name it, like anger or greed or whatever. Does this sound familiar to you? If you practice Vipassana, and I know our MCU must pass a Vipassana retreat before you graduate, right? It's noting in Buddhism, and that is a last lesson in brain-based coaching. You know what happened? In the final lesson, the room full of students, the teacher said, labeling is something that similar to mindfulness. Fortunately, in our audience, there is one student from Thailand that has been a mindfulness enthusiast, and I was sitting almost fall asleep, and then, Thailand, I look around the world. Oh, they meant me. No. And they call me, okay, impromptu, that at this moment, we know we are not an expert. We would like to invite Dr. Nash Siamala to be on the stage to teach us about labeling. And I said, what? I went there to study, and they said the highest level of technique they're going to teach you is mindfulness. But anyway, you all here, most of you look younger than me. I will tell you one thing. If I were younger, like 30 years old, I would be shocked and panicked because I was called on the spot to teach a room full of expert coaches about mindfulness. But at that time, I think I was already 50 years old. This year I'm 52. 50 years old. When you're 50 years old, you sort of let go easily. That's what life taught you when you get older. Like, when you were younger, you might think, how do I look? Whether I look good? What if I don't know the answer? But when you're 50 years old, it's not about you anymore. You know you're there to contribute the best you can, like I am today. Many of the things I say, you already know. But I'm here to try to pay back to you, all my teachers. I focus on the giving, then I'm not like the 30 years old me anymore. So I just went up and talked about the little that I know about mindfulness. That was 2 already, right? ICF coaching need mindfulness. Brain-based coaching has a mindfulness as a top of the lesson. What's next? Next slide, please. Designing your life. Both writers, teachers at Stanford University, a leading university in the US also, they found out that the book doing so well, they opened a coaching course, accepting application from all over the world. If you have not read the book, I really recommend. It's fun, pleasant to read, and you can make use of it also. So they opened a coaching program for certified coach, such as myself. Somebody who have already the certificate to be a coach can apply, take the exam, and get selected to take the course. Fortunately, I got in, and these are 2 authors of the book, and I passed the course. But in the last day, the top lessons about designing your life coaching, they come to a part that if you follow the processes in the book properly, you would come up with not only one life design, but at least 3, if not more. If you're hardworking, you can have more than 3 life design. But here comes the difficult part. You have to make choice. Which of the 3 choices is best for you? And here is the most difficult lesson they are both about to teach. They say, you cannot make decision based on logic. That's not how the brain works. If you make it on logic, you might not come up with the best decision. Think about it yourself. When you make the best decision in your life, was it by logic or was it by intuition? You just know you have to do it. You know it in your heart. You have to do it. It's your calling. I think especially if you're a monk or priest or nun or somebody who have to really make a difficult, not a difficult, a very noble cause of life decision, you know from inside yourself, it's your calling to be a monk so that it can help other people out of suffering, right? You know by intuition, you didn't use logic, you just know it. At which point, both Bill and Dave said, intuition is not something we can teach you. You have to develop it yourself by mindfulness meditation. At that time, I want to hit my head on a table. I flew all the way to San Francisco, pay for the plane tickets, sit 26 hours in a plane, pay a lot for the hotel, pay a lot for the cost, only to be told that my best teachers are here in Thailand. That we Buddhists already know the secrets of the world that can solve all the problems, all the coaching, all the leadership thing is grounded in mindfulness. You all here already have what the world needs. I would end with a couple more ideas. Actually, if you look at self-development concepts or books that are popular worldwide now, such as Flow, I give you just 3 examples, but countless of them, you would find that Lord Buddha already taught about it and taught better than them. Flow is the same idea as the first absorption of Patomachan in Buddhism. It is the best, according to the psychologist, is the mind at the time that it can perform the job really well. So when you are in the absorption, your mind has the strength, the power, and the capability to perform well. Grit or perseverance is, they say, is secret of success. But if you study it, if you read the book, you will know that it's just one part of the 4 quality of successes in Buddhism, Itibat 4. It's just one of the 4. Lord Buddha's teaching was more complete. This is just a fraction of it. And, oh, sorry, one slide back, please. Thank you. Start with why also. They say, oh, with everything, you have to start with why. If you want to be successful, you have to be able to answer yourself why you need to do this, why you're doing that, because that's how the brain works. And that's why I start my slide with why I'm here today. That's the most important thing to me, to repay back my teachers. Lord Buddha asked himself the same question. Why do we have to suffer? Why do we have to be born? He started with why. See, it has been around for ages. So what did you notice from all this? I'm about to end. And by the way, before I end, I will tell you why your life would never be the same. Actually, it's a tricky question. Every single moment, the 100 billion neurons in the brain is learning, developing, growing all the time. If I ask you now, your body and mind now and your body and your mind 20 minutes ago, is it the same? Nama and Rupa changes all the time, right? So my teachers, you all who are sitting here, you this very moment are not the same person as 20 minutes before. Isn't it amazing? You have designed your life in the past 20 minutes. I hope it has been a good life that you have designed. What I want to close with is, from what I tell you in these last 20 minutes is, the world now is embracing Buddhist wisdom or Buddhist style wisdom so much as never has happened before in history. So if there is any place in the world that you should be so that you can best design your life, so that you can live the life you are truly love, that place is here and the time is now. Anumodana.
Thank you to Dr. Nash for your wonderful talk. Now, may I invite all the speakers, Mr. Deshat Puangket and Dr. Nash, and also Assistant Professor Dr. Sanu, to please receive the certificate and souvenir from our director, Professor Hansa.